Hello everyone and welcome to Prestige Encounters, the Dungeons & Dragons campaign brought to you by Prestige Gaming Community. Our heroes have a lot of paths and issues laid out before them, but before we get to that, we have a few announcements. First of all, a lot of the music you'll be hearing tonight is from Midnight Syndicate. Their live album titled Live Shadows is being released this summer. You can go check out their trailer for it on their various social media sites like their Twitter, their YouTube channel, etc. You can access all their music right now. Add them on your playlist on Spotify, find them on Apple Music, or check out their music videos on their YouTube channel. You can even ask Alexa to play Midnight Syndicate right now to begin hearing their selection of the goth, horror, and fantasy RPG music. You can find out more information at midnightsyndicate.com or use the command !syndicate in our Twitch chat right now for a direct link. Thank you, Midnight Syndicate, for your great music that will be continued to use throughout the year.
Alexa, play Midnight Syndicate.
Sarah, what can you tell us about Found Familiar Coffee?
What can I tell you? I can tell you can be saving money on your next coffee order right now by using the word code Prestige at checkout for 10% off. That's what you could be doing. It's just !coffee and chai if you ever want to, look up what the code is again. But it's not that hard. It's our name. It's Prestige, just minus the GC. Because we're that cool. Get your freshest roast. You can get them in beans or you can get them pre-grinded. They're really good, great way to start your day, and nothing beats a good cup of coffee. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Ember, what's going on in our realm of Minecraft?
Oh yeah, so we have a Minecraft server. Currently, we've got a vanilla. We've got a vanilla server. We also have a creative server. We're working on our hard mode server. All of these are 1.16. As soon as 1.17 comes out, we'll be upgrading and going to 1.17 with the new Cliffs and Caves updates. You can find us at mc.pgc.gg to join our server and have some fun.
All right. In case you didn't notice, we are missing Koya today. She has some medical stuff going on, so we wish her a swift recovery and looking forward for her return to the show. So our thoughts are with you. We wish you the best of luck, and we're looking forward to seeing you again. So does anybody else have any various or random announcements they want to get through before we move on?
Yes. I forgot, but it was pretty interesting in the moment.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, it was really interesting.
So interesting.
It's gone now.
Poof.
All right. Well, unless there's anything important to announce, go ahead, grab some snacks or grab a drink as we welcome you to our table as we start session 53 of Prestige Encounters. Welcome back, everyone. Where we last left off, the champions of Cataran had lost the location of their friend Aiden in an explosion of the Dwever's Den. Sarah had taken the mysterious stone he found in the ruins located within the swamplands of Fedorn, and the flint and steel had received a visitor from the Minister of Information, Lenore Valine. Lenore Valine sat down with the champions, informing them that the knowledge of an adult red dragon residing within the southern edges of the Empire had been kept a secret to the general population. She told the champions that what they did was reckless, and if they had failed, they could have released the rage of the dragon upon the Empire. She warned them that if they told people about the dragon, they would suffer for it. The following day, on the first day of Last Lights, the celebration right before the month of Mim, the Straight Days of Darkness, a man wearing a wide-brimmed black hat asked for a room and introduced himself as Midnight Jack. A gnome also came into the tavern, having information that Sarah was seeking in the library. Her name was Koya Seneca. It was during these introductions that a woman came into the tavern saying her son had gone missing. The champions, along with Midnight Jack and Koya, set out into the city. During the investigation, Elith had separated off from the group and came across this strange cloaked figure that had been showing up spying on the tavern. She failed to catch them and resorted to an eldritch blast, discovering that the cloaked figure was actually 3 kobolds in disguise. She took the one that she had knocked unconscious by stabilizing him and bringing him back to the tavern. Meanwhile, the Champions began to locate the woman who abducted the child and began tracking her down, getting past some idiotic guards in the process and chasing her out to a lake nearby the city. It was here that Ember rescued the boy, and the group learned that the woman was in fact a fae. After doing some battle with her, she decided to run into a fair ring to get away. Rather than chasing after her, you all left Shada to keep watch on the circle and headed back to the town to rejoin with everyone else. The festivities of Last Lights were underway. Sarah, Koya, and Jack had hatched a plan to use Koya to pose as a lost child. During the plan, Jack and Sarah had noticed a dwarf and an elf wearing red robes hiding in the rooftops, melting into shadows but watching. They lost the two in the crowd. Sarah, you met a woman selling tapestries who you sat down with, and she shared some stories of the Fae. Eventually, a man grabbed you by the arm who you recognized to be Lord Lightvine. He whispered into your ear, warning you that you were currently being watched, instructing you to head back to the tavern. During the celebrations, Elith, you interrogated the kobold who swore fealty to you in order to be let go. He told you that they were looking for the egg that was taken from Zelryan's lair. You told him that it was left in Thorm. You called upon your patron, asking him to give you insight on what to do. He told you to slit the kobold's throat, which you did as it pleaded for help, that primal survival instinct kicking in to no avail. You completed the sacrifice to Orcus and felt a part of yourself fade away, and that is where we last left off. The candles scattered across your room, Elith, are now lit with this pale green light, flickering shadows that seem to move on their own across your walls. You hear ghostly whispers emanate around you and fill your ears in your own consciousness and being. You feel different, a feeling you haven't felt before, but it's not a bad one or necessarily good. It's just empty. You hear that powerful voice echo inside your mind. You now go with my blessing. There is a new feat on your character sheet that I added on there for you, if you want to go ahead and take a look at that.
Okay.
The rest of you.
W.
I'm glad to hear it.
Evil!
The rest of you. Sarah, you are quickly escorted by Lord Lightvine and Theodore Mistvale, his paladin knight, back into the Flint and Steel, away from the festivities of the Last Lights. Soon, Jack and Koya join you, along with Denton and Ember, who are watching from afar. You notice them. What would you all like to do?
Anything?
I go over to Jack, and I'm like, what were those things in the red hoods?
Yeah, about that. They didn't look like they fit.
No, I don't think so at all. It was kind of sus, if you ask me.
You didn't see where they went, did you?
No, they kind of disappeared when we tried following them in the crowd.
Typical.
All
right,
but
we should probably head back.
head back. I don't know. I don't think we should head back because Lord Lightline here, he advised us to come back to the inn.
Yeah.
Right here.
Okay.
So it's probably not safe. He says we're being watched and we should be careful.
Watched by the same people, maybe? Did he say whom?
Yeah, by those like figures.
So,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if he mentioned who they were. 'Cause I completely
Lightvine is
forgot.
right there.
No, yeah,
Oh.
I'm aware.
Hi,
I'm
you
aware.
mean this guy? Is this guy?
It's this
I
halfling-
was talking with the awareness that he was still there because he brought me over.
So
Yeah.
it's this halfling man with grayish hair or a jolly look upon his face and like these piercing ice blue eyes. Many would consider him very handsome and boisterous.
Isn't he a stud?
It's like it's not smart
Right.
to speak out here. There are still eyes on us.
All right, then let's go something more
You're
private.
right. Can we close the blinds, please?
Cool. Well, we'll head back to the inn then. Go somewhere quiet. I presume you're going to tell me who we should be watching out for.
I thought we were in the inn.
You guys are out in the courtyard from the way you were speaking.
Still in the core, right? Yeah,
Oh,
we're heading back.
fuck. Oh, let me enter.
Ember and Denton, are you guys going in or what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go in as well.
All right, so you guys go into and find yourselves fairly busy for the festivities. The tavern is packed. You notice that they are serving new product that Lightvine has brought in the past couple days from his distilleries and his business aspects. You're currently...
Just out of earshot of Lightvine, I'd like to hang back and just sidle up to Sarah and just say, "Who's the stiff?
What?
Who's the stiff? Who is he to you? It's like a benefactor or what?"
He's kind of like a sugar daddy, but at the
Okay.
same time, like, I don't know. He's just like, I wouldn't say our leader, but he's helped us get this place right here where we are. This
Okay.
establishment.
Okay.
He's an okay guy. Yet again, I don't know how to read minds, so I haven't really probed into it because he hasn't wronged me yet.
Well, there are other ways around that. Cool. Well, let's see what he has to say. Just turning back to Lightvine, like,
I'm like, what? As I turn, I'm like, where'd he go? What did you say?
He looks at Denton and says, "Denton, this is somewhere more private we can all talk."
I mean, there's the basement.
how about the basement? That's quiet.
Yeah, there's just like storage and stuff down there.
Have we already filled it with storage? I thought it was just our basement. Oh wait, no, then we got that adventure room. Let's go in there.
I'm
We talk
here
about
right
our
now.
strategy.
You
That was-
are
I'm unclear about
upstairs
that.
in
Probably.
your room.
In my room, is that where everything went down?
You can, if you want to go downstairs, you're able to.
I mean, did I do the sacrifice in my room,
Yeah.
or was it in the base? Okay,
I think you did in your room. I saw the carcass there. This is out of
Okay.
character, by the way. I'm unaware that you did a sacrifice.
all right. Then I am not concerned about you guys entering the basement.
Okay. Okay. Anyways,
Good.
I'm gonna move my character facing them. Anyways, guys, I feel like we should go into the meeting room. Don't we have one of those, right? We have a meeting room where we talk about our
Yeah,
business?
that's
It's
like
upstairs.
upstairs.
Let's go upstairs.
Sounds
Hey,
good.
look at that smooth transition, Sal. Oh, it was good. Anyways, I get excited. All right, where's my
Yeah.
character? I would like to move. Oh, where am I?
On the table.
Where's our meeting room? This is our meeting room, right? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. We're inside it.
Can I make a note while this is kind of happening?
Everyone gather around our table.
What's up,
That's a huge
Alice?
map of this place.
What?
What's up, Alice? You said you want to make a note.
Oh, just about like during what I'm doing during this process.
I will say that you would have heard various steps come up to the top floor. This floor does not get accessed by the public aside from you guys. The servants rarely come up here. You would have heard
Okay.
them enter.
Okay.
So what would you like to note?
Oh, I just want to start cleaning up
Okay.
ASAP.
So as you guys enter what was once Aiden's room, Livine looks to Miss Vale and says, "Guard the stairs, make sure nobody comes up." He just nods and with his hand on the hilt of his sword, stands at the top of the stairwell.
I got a light veil, and I'm like, light veil. What's the meaning of this? Like,
Fine.
what's going on?
It seems that you all have attracted some attention from the government and the ministries of the Empire.
I quickly, in response, I turn and look into a reflection. I assume on the wall to look at myself like I can't help it that I look this good.
Anyway, it's not often that people who accomplish so many feats find their ways into the workings of the world. I know that there are 5 holy men in the Sekhmet theocracy who are capable of such things, and a few others across the world, but the Empire likes to keep tabs on such people, especially ones that are gaining the strength to be an issue if it so comes up. You guys know me. I am the one who has always been in your corner, and I've been your benefactor in the past and brought you here.
Of course, you'd never betray us, right? And I look at him in the eyes.
Which
and
comes
my
to a slight issue. I did bring you here.
Yeah, I don't see how that's an issue. You saved us.
You're worried about your connection to us?
I'm worried about my wife and daughter.
My wife?
When you say we've gotten the attention of the government, it's not necessarily bad attention. They just like to keep an eye on.
I would say right now it's you're walking on tightrope, and you could fall either way off the line.
Would you say we're on some ice that's thin?
Rather acute sense of intellect there, Master Sara.
Thank you. You know what I noticed? I started doing a head count. Where's Shada again? I lost him.
He's back at the place where we had to fight that A creature.
Yeah. And he's there alone.
We might want to send him a message and tell him.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I'm not saying I'm worried about the guy, but like, it's not every day you meet a cat. Who's like a pretty cool guy. Someone move Shadow's character piece off the screen.
You can't see it, but okay.
Oh yeah. Well,
there he is.
I thought they could.
They're seeing you guys right now.
I was doing bits with the piece earlier. I'm so upset.
So let me get this straight. You're all in some kind of legal trouble? Couldn't it be fixed?
Do you not want us to talk to you anymore?
When the ministries operate, especially the Ministry of Information, it's not quite within the bounds of the public law. It is under the justification of for the right of the people. And I more so came to warn you and let you know that I probably won't be around much longer in regards to you. There is some things I can tell you, but this will be the last time for quite some time that we'll be meeting. So please, if you have any questions, ask them now.
Is there a way to like contact you just in case? Like we won't bug you, but like emergency contact.
I can always.
I believe that your friend has the magical ability to contact me remotely, if need be.
Can we write you?
No, please do not.
Okay.
Nope.
I cry. No, I don't actually cry.
Of course.
I would like you to inform me on everything you know about this country's political structure and who the key players are, please.
Well, there are the 5 ministries and those in charge of them. As you're aware, you have the Ministry of the 7 ministries. You have the Ministry of Information, which is ran by Lenore Valine, who you've had the honor of meeting. The Ministry of the Arcane, ran by Archmage Bullen Frail.
Archmage Bullen Frail?
Bullen Frail, which was actually Ember's boss.
Ah.
The Ministry of the Marine, in charge of ships and trade by sea and port. Minister of the Crop, the
Lycian Port?
by sea and port.
Mycian Port?
BY.
Oh, Bison. That's his name?
No, that's what they.
Who's in charge?
Who's in charge of it?
The Ministry of the Marine.
By the way, by sea and port is like the method of trade, not the person.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's what I.
So they're not.
It is head by Amoret Renadol.
Amoret
Rental. Renadol.
The double TE.
ETTE.
Yep.
Raanadal.
I just wrote something that sounds like it. I'll get correct spelling later. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, and then crop.
Yes, the Minister of the Crop, in charge of all architecture. That is Alicid Crail. The Minister of Warfare is a dwarven general by the name of Sigvid Thorvaldsen, quite late in his years. He resides here in Cataran with the Runstand Lords.
Oh wow.
You also have a rather new person who's come into play in the ministries. His name is Veldritch Grimbor. I haven't had the chance to meet him quite yet, but I heard he's honorable and is.
And where's he? Which ministry is he part of?
The guilds.
The guilds.
He is a current master of the Adventurers Guild, and he's also has been given lordship over the other trade guilds of the Empire.
Velditch?
We
Sounds like a.
we're familiar with him.
Sounds like a cuss if you ask me.
We've run into him before. He's a little more than he may appear.
Oh, wait, was it me that met him, or was it Flint that met him? Fuck.
I'm pretty sure it was Flint. We haven't been to a
You
guild.
met him because he extended the contract to go to Thorm to you.
Right. Yep. You're right.
I forgot about that.
And
And you said his
then
name. What's his last name?
Veldritch Grimbor.
So he's the one we can collect that reward from for that, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
Speaking
There
of the
was-
DM, yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
finally, the Minister of the Treasury is Verona Tessarian.
Verona Desarian.
Tessarian.
Oh, Tessarian, my bad.
In charge of the finances and overall financial well-being of the Empire itself. The one that is particularly within you're in their scope is Lenore Valine. She is in charge of information, its containment, their knowledge of it. She is the spy master of the Empire, and just an overall espionage and intel gatherer.
If you were to rank the 7 individuals by
Threats.
what? No, not threats. 1 to 7, 1 being the most, 7 being the least. Who has the most influence over the Empire?
I would say the one who has the most influence is Verona Tessarian, as she's in charge of the money. The one who holds the money holds the power.
The money answers to the interests, doesn't it?
So she's a big cheese.
The Emperor is quite ignorant to the operations of the ministries, for he is a young lad at the age of 11.
I've seen this before. Happens to the best of us, honestly. Poor sucker. Sorry, I was rambling. Go on.
Sorry. He's how old?
11.
Is this how they do things over here?
By age? I don't know.
It's power by birthright. He was next in line.
Ugh, a monarchy.
11-year-old. Right.
How big is... Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Lightvine, but I'm kind of dumb. How big is this empire, per se? Like, how huge are we talking? Like, how much does this empire control?
We have a map right here. We can just point out on the map how big it is.
Just passing interest, Mr. Lampshade, is it?
It's the Lightvine.
Pardon me, I'm new here, so just getting to know everything else. Lightvine. So the Emperor's 11 years old, right? Does he have a council of people who really run the place? A regent, that kind of thing?
The ministries are the governing council of the Empire. I will say that there's a reason why they sent Valdrich and gave you all your reward in name of the Emperor instead of him meeting you himself.
That's a lot of land. Holy shit.
Couple more questions for you, if you don't mind. I just blew into town and I couldn't help but notice group of black and red robe individuals, shaved heads, elven. Ring any bells?
The red and black robes are the secret police of the Empire. They are the henchmen of Lenore.
Okay.
Do the secret police know about all the whereabouts and all the things in this empire?
Not necessarily. They're all well learned. They do have a headquarters located in the city of Florin, the archives.
Ipso facto, does this group have the attention of the Emperor himself? Or is there a specific minister who's out to get you? Is it personal? What's the angle here?
I cannot say that he's aware of your presence at all. But to continue on with the governing of this empire, of course you have the Lord Protectors of what was once the Four Kingdoms that currently make up the empire, and then the various lords who serve as Lord Protectors of specific districts. So it's with me being the Lord of the Cloven Hills, the Run Stands being the Lord Cataran, among others.
Man, this place is crazy.
There.
Great real estate, though. Great real estate. Couldn't pick a better place. Thanks for that, by the way, Mr. Lightline.
Okay, just pause for a moment. Elith, what are you doing during this time?
He was cleaning, right?
Okay, well, when I heard them coming up the stairs, I got nervous, right?
I would say that as soon as there was a sound of like other people in the area, all your candles blew out.
So she's cleaning in the dark?
And they turned back to their normal light.
Oh.
Well, yeah, so I just try to clean up the situation, like conceal the body.
Okay.
Oh no.
Definitely. Maybe in a bag or some things. I'll dismember it at a different point. I cannot do that now, but that is the plan. That is my plan. And like meat process it, maybe like grind it up. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
But that's basically all I'm doing right now. I don't know how to do this because I have to wrap maybe like in a sheet or something.
Okay.
I don't think I have like a big bag, so
Maybe a
I'm gonna
bow.
wrap it in
on
a
top.
sheet, like a sheet, and then take it to the basement. Inconspicuously.
I shall fetch a carpet.
Inconspicuously.
Yeah, and
Do
if
we?
anyone has any questions about what this is, I'm gonna say that it is parts from the butcher.
You know what Shaggy
so
says?
make
It
a
wasn't
stealth
me.
check. If you're leaving your room right now,
A what check?
a stealth check.
All right.
What is it? Come
Is
on.
it 16?
All right.
16.
So as you all in this meeting, Ellis kind of opens her door and begins to see down the hallway. You begin to turn a corner, and you see a white-haired elf clad in golden armor standing at the staircase, blocking your way.
Excuse me, sir. I need to get. Excuse me. Oh my gosh.
You've seen him before. He looks down at you and goes, Ellis.
Hello, sir. Excuse me. I really need to go. This is my tavern, and unfortunately, I have things I need to do. So, excuse me.
Your
Dude,
friends are
Parker.
having a meeting in the other room with Lord Lifeline.
Can I go through? Can I go down?
What is that in your hands?
These are parts for the what would you call it? The butcher room, I guess. For our restaurant. I just picked him up.
Make a deception
I
check.
like to do a quality check, and I'm doing this while I'm doing. I like to do quality checks in my room because you never know these days with how they handle the meat. You just really
make a deception check.
you really can't.
Oh no. Oh no.
He kind of looks at you for a moment and he goes, "Let me see." And he begins to hold out his hand for you to put the blanket in.
It's like a goddamn alarm. He sees it. He's like,
I'm going to, oh my god, I don't know what to do. I don't
bonk
have
him
an
on the head.
illusion spell. I really don't think I do. So, can I just Misty step away and run away? Start running.
You want to misty step away.
I need to start running away.
Assertive and tell him to get out of your way.
Please.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I'm uncomfortable with the energy that we've created in this studio today.
This is rich. I love it. Love it.
So as you kind of like teleport past them and down the stairs, about 30 feet, he kind of looks over. He goes, "This is your home." And he turns back around and
I asked him to move, homeboy. He's making me nervous.
all right, well, so
That was that, I guess.
I guess.
That was so fucking funny. And for what? A bag?
For these parts.
The meat quality check.
I'm surprised you don't have a chest in your room that you can just chuck all that stuff in there.
Shada,
Yes.
while you are standing out in the cold air by the lake, watching to see if there is any activity among the fairy ring that you all have discovered, you hear a howl in the night.
Alright, Shadow would like to try to locate said howl.
Make a perception check.
Perception, alright. Wow, okay, and that one.
Even looking around, you can't quite make out where this is coming from. From behind you, you hear a growl, It just seems to have snuck up on you, and you turn around to see a wolf with hair as black as night and its eyes a piercing red, almost glowing light about them.
All right. Do I recognize this?
You do not. However,
Okay.
the wolf lets out a yelp of pain and begins to collapse to the ground and seize. You watch as from beneath its fur, tearing it apart its skin, two hands with long black nails begins to emerge from it. Pulling himself up and out of the body of the wolf, you recognize Beldridge Grimbor, your patron.
Oh, that was quite an entrance.
I always like to make an impression. It has been some time, Shada.
It has.
I have not seen you in some months, but I see that you survived your trip to Thorn. Have your goals been realized?
Seems so.
Well, that's one end of the bargain being held up. He disappears for a moment, but then you hear from behind you, right next to your ear, "It's my turn."
Uh-oh.
You kind of instinctually step forward and turn around and see him just glowering down at you, his hair glowing with the moonlight. There is a relic I need from you. It is in a place of which I cannot go.
What is the relic you speak of?
A part of me that someone once stole. Deep in the Vanilla Bog, you will find a ruin. Step down into this ruin to find the third tomb. There. Step into the shadow and you'll find yourself in a place quite different from here. He kind of looks around at the shadows of the night. There, you will make your way to the keep of those who watch the dead pass and find what I am looking for and what I require from you. Do this and I release you from your contract.
Okay.
He kind of reaches out and pats you on the cheek. Goes, "What a good lad." You blink, and he's gone.
Oof. No, it's already cold, but Shada's got another chill down his spine.
Meta.
Back to the meeting room.
So, secret police is watching us, sent by ministries. Some interest in this group, I suppose.
I will say that it is most likely not to be hostile, but in case they do need to be, I believe that they will.
What do you think would be wise for us to do in this situation right now to ease the tension?
Do you have a reason to get out of town right now?
I mean, we haven't had an adventure in a while, but we kind of wanted to chill. But if we...
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're turning into dinosaurs in the street or anything, right? Probably,
Anyways...
Not doing anything worth watching, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, well, I don't know, gang. What do you like? I don't know. Do we have to leave? Is that the only way? to chill like the situation.
You do not have to leave, but if you stay, do not do anything reckless.
That's gonna be a little hard with our group. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're a wacky bunch of characters.
Yeah.
See that guy? He's on fire, and that's just how he is.
I don't know about you, but I'm interested in knowing who's behind taking those kids. I'd like to know what's going on there.
See, but that sounds like a mission that's here, and we don't want to call attention to ourselves.
We don't have to. But listen, we could call attention to ourselves if we happen to be doing them a favor, right?
Okay, but
You know,
I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue that they have with us is that we're getting more clout than them. And so people, like, for example, say there is a child missing, they'll come to us like that lady did earlier. They'll come to us instead of going to their authority, like instead of going to their guards, because then they'll realize, or the people will realize that, and then I'll say this really quietly in case they are listening to us. I'm like, that they realize that they're useless, that they can literally, they don't need them, and like we're basically better than them, and they think we're gonna try to overthrow them. But in reality, I just want to chill here, and I start raising my voice and drink my goddamn Arnold or my lemonade mixed with iced tea. I don't know what to call it yet. I'm thinking of calling it a mixie. I think it's gonna catch on.
I say there's nothing a weak police force loves better than a vigilante, because people like us keep the whole thing afloat.
I mean, I guess, but when we're gone, we're doing pretty fine without us. I'm just saying that we tend to push ourselves in the direction of the helpers when the issue isn't as big as hand. Now, I'm not saying I hate helping these people. I'm just saying we got to think of our brand. It's like, for example, if we help someone and then they get just into trouble again, like you kind of want them to not get into trouble like right away. We kind of want things to stay how they are, but that's never going to be the case. So there's always going to be something for us to do. Now, what I'm saying is the stuff here shouldn't be our main priority, because this is our quote unquote like summer home. This is where we come back to relax.
What is your priority?
I don't know. Well, our priority is helping other people. I don't know. See, this is what I'm saying. Like our brand, we got to figure out as a group, what do we want? Because if it's helping every little inconvenience or thing that we see, we're going to be stuck doing this for a while. And I'm not mad about that, but I just got to think, you got to prioritize what's a bigger issue. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Anyone
That makes sense.
want to jump in on this? I feel like I'm talking for a while.
Well, look at Denson. What's your story then?
I look at Ember.
Cleric?
Yeah.
What's your interest in this? What's your priority?
I do want to point out that, we've done vigilante work in another kingdom in Iosh, and we had to stand trial for the murder of the queen. So, yeah.
Fascinating. Are you on the move?
I think. Well, I don't know. We were in Iosh for a while, and then they recommended that we leave that kingdom while things died down. So we came here.
We help, and we end up becoming the bad guys.
So, do you want to invest in where you are and do what you do best?
I would like to see our business thrive.
That is nice, our business side, but personally, and then I like show my hands.
I don't.
These are meant for help.
We don't.
Yeah. Well, let's not kid ourselves.
I'm not saying I'm here to do that.
Yeah.
But if
there's one thing you people don't look like to me, it's restaurateurs, hoteliers.
Thank you.
Unless you're working at it really hard. No, well, I mean, to be frank, you look like killers.
Oh.
Fighters. You know.
I mean, I am a... I am a cook though, so
Fair.
He's a
Excuse you.
connoisseur. I wouldn't say
It's
he's-
true. And
wouldn't
may I say,
that.
the bread was very stale. Well,
that's not what I was going for. But
I
I
just
think-
nudge Jetson on the side. I'm like,
If
if
I
you
may
say
interrupt,
stale bread, then it's stale bread, you know?
if I may interrupt,
Oh shit, you're still here.
yes,
Yeah, what's up?
The Empire may know more than they let on. I will say, if you want to find out more, you could always make your way to the archive to get whatever intel they may have. It would be a difficult operation, but you can do such things. But of course, there's other things that are happening around the world where if you need to go, you would find some money and some escape from here for a while.
Do you
But
think
you-
you could
I've
provide
been
us
out of-
transport overseas?
Unfortunately, my help has ended past this
Shit.
conversation.
Damn.
We should
Well, it's
have
been
we do have a pretty decent reward coming from the guild,
That is true.
so we should go collect that.
All right. Here's where I say, team. I say we go get Shada, figure out to see if this like missing kids thing is a dead end. Then we go collect a reward, and from there we'll figure out an adventure. Like old times. Remember, like riding on horses,
Yeah.
and then seeing a twink on the side of the road getting attacked by goblins.
Wolves.
Ah, yeah.
wolves. It's been a while.
let's start with the cat and the kids.
Yeah, let's start with the cat and the kids. Then we'll
Figure
go.
it out from there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I know exactly what you're talking about with a twink on horses, but
I'll turn to the former benefactor. I'm gonna say, Light Hide, it's a pity. I'm only just beating you now, and very nice to meet you nonetheless. You seem like a fine fellow. Shake his hand.
He'll take your hand and
Right,
shake your
right.
wrist. Well, it's best I make my leave. Don't want to raise suspicions too much. And as he puts his hand on the door, he turns back and goes, "And if you get truly desperate, there may be something of interest to you beneath the castle of Astoria." He kind of like nods his head and leaves.
Bye.
We do need to go to Restoria.
Man, I have
Restoria is where we need to collect our money, right?
Yes.
Denton, we've been helping these people and we've been getting rewards, but we never stay to collect the reward. We usually leave. And then they're like, well, okay, we'll hold on to your reward. Let's go collect our money. And then
There's only the one that I'm specifically aware of.
shopping, maybe?
I do want to.
I'm just saying, Denton,
Wait.
your armor looks a little tattered, and treat yourself. I'm saying that if you upgraded
yeah.
your armor a bit, you'd be drowning in some bitches.
I suppose.
All right. Well.
Anyway. Anyways.
All right, I don't know about you. I think we should check up on that and then go to bed because it's still pretty dark out. If I'm not mistaken, it's 10.
Evening time.
Like right? Or like how late is it into the night?
Close to midnight.
It's getting pretty late in the evening.
Is the festival still going on or is it wrapping up?
It's beginning to wrap up.
Okay.
You also left Shada out next to the lake. Just
Yeah, that's
just a
what I'm
reminder.
saying.
We did. We
We either
did.
gotta
Well-
go get him or we gotta go bring him blankets so he can stay there.
Let's go for a walk out and go get him. How about that?
But let's go.
Yeah.
Not turning into dinosaurs. I turn over to Ember. All right. Or giant birds.
I mean,
Yeah.
What-
It could be
what do
could give us another chance to just get a sense if there's any trouble around.
Just walk through, chill, maybe draw a fake mustache on, and be like, oh, and then like, but let's not try to bring attention to ourselves.
Why are you hating on the dinosaurs?
Where'd
Yeah.
Okay,
where'd the tiefling go? Wouldn't you want to bring her?
The tiefling? What do you mean?
Yeah, your tiefling friend.
Oh,
Oh, Alice.
Yeah.
I'll send. I'll send.
I'll go get her. How about this? You guys go. We'll catch up.
Do you know where she went?
I don't know,
She
she's
disappeared
probably
after we.
I heard a bamf outside. That's all I
I saw her running with like something in her hands in the direction of the tavern, but I was too busy in disguise, so I didn't really think anything of it. I didn't want to blow my cover. You feel?
Okay.
So, all right, hands in.
Yeah.
Over the map table. Anyone?
No.
Yeah.
Please?
Here we go.
I'll do it.
Come on, guys. We're homies. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. What's our new name?
Right.
Shit.
I
I forgot the new names.
Champions of Cataran.
Cock on 3. 1, 2, 3. Cock.
Oh. I'm not
Alright.
calling us that.
On that note, I exit out of the room and I go searching for Aleph.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm,
Elif, I will say
I'll,
that you've
I'll
made it to the
follow.
basement, and whatever you wanted to do it now.
mm.
Okay, so basically, here's my thought process. Okay, I'll walk you through it. So I've got little homie now, who is
Little homie that you murdered?
who is deceased. Be respectful, please. So he's gone. I need to get the skull from him. So basically, that's gonna be what I focus on. Is beheading him and also just dismembering him to hide him in buckets.
So for the sake of this, I want to say make a medicine check.
Okay. I'm curious to know what will happen if I don't do well.
Only the rules.
First to know what will happen if you do well.
11.
Oh no.
So you kind of
Slightly better than average.
you kind of, for lack of better words, butcher it, where you don't know the anatomy of a kobold. You find difficulty, removing the head and how to properly preserve the skull to whatever means you plan on using it for. As you're in mid cutting off an arm, you hear the cellar door open. And the
Is it
voice
me?
of Sarah.
Occupied. There it
Ellen,
is, occupied.
Make a
Ellen,
stealth
what
check.
you doing in here?
What am I doing? Some restaurant preparation.
In the basement? We don't prep in
Yeah.
the basement.
Yeah, that's what it's for. This is what it's like for preparing large batches of meat. That's what I'm.
No, it's not silly.
Yeah,
the
it is.
basement's for storage.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Storing meat.
Do I see what she's doing, or is her stealth god worthy?
Can I stand in front of it a little bit? Like,
She's just doing this with her hands and distracting me from what's behind her. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So I will say,
No.
you're sitting at the top of the ladder, and where she, you wouldn't have a line of sight. You can go down
Okay.
into the basement.
All right.
Hey, she clearly doesn't want us in her space. Maybe
Yeah,
we should
I
respect
mean,
her.
but she needs to come with us.
where are you
Wait,
going?
all
It's
right.
up there. We were thinking about heading out to the field with there was sort of a magic fairy field, possibly, with some mushrooms that make things disappear.
Well, yeah,
And there could be some missing kids involved too.
yeah. Well, we're gonna go on a mission, and they're gonna head out. You want me to help you, prep? I guess.
No, you're totally okay. I just have to
Are you-
tie this off real quick, and then cover the buckets, and I'll be right out. So
Are
give
you
me
okay?
Cover the buckets.
to cover
Okay.
the buckets. I'll be out. Go, go, go. Shoo, shoo, shoo.
All right. Okay. I turn around as we're all leaving, and I close the door, and I see that I'm assuming I'm the last one to leave the stairwell. I see as everyone's walked away, I turn around and I peep through the door. I'm like, just to see like if she's okay, because she's giving me some mad weird vibes.
Elith, make a deception check, and Sarah, make an insight check.
And I'd like to conceal. Oh my freaking gosh, bro! I got a 9.
14.
She's lying. You can tell.
I can tell she's lying.
You can tell that she's not being honest with what she's saying.
All right. Does she know? Does she know that I'm like peeping?
With her passive perception, I wouldn't say it's high enough.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna, as quietly as I can, enter and close the door behind me, and go down the stairs.
Make a stealth check.
Okay. Come on. I really hope she doesn't Eldritch Splash me, because I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry if she actually...
Never.
19.
As far as you know, she doesn't notice you.
Oh, thank God. I go down, and then I see. What do I see?
So, I will say that you see this like dark red, almost purple color blood across various surfaces, and you see the back of Elith as she's covering up a bucket that just has the same blood coming out of it.
All right, I walk down. I see this. My eyes widen. I'm like, holy shit!
Like, I need to turn around and I'm finna hit him. I'm finna. Oh my god. I'm finna Eldritch.
Are you about to do PvP?
I don't know. I don't know. Can I do PvP?
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh,
Can
what
I
does
do
that hurt? Oh my!
I am so confused. Are you fighting each other? Is that what's going on? Do you need to roll initiative?
I did kind of yell.
Either that or rebuke. Motherfucker reaction.
Well,
why are you down here? You just screamed at me.
Just your question, Sarah.
What was the question?
You just screamed at me. I feel like an Eldritch Blast would be appropriate.
I was shocked. Back through me.
I don't even know what to do.
Well, yeah, go ahead. Eldritch Blast me. Shit. I'm gonna probably die here because I got 22. Not gonna lie, guys.
Oh my god.
Let's hope she misses. Edgy miss. Am I right, guys?
Oh my god.
I got a 10, so I don't hit you, Poggers.
Yeah, you don't hit me.
As you yell, like from just you're shocked at what you see, Elith turns around and immediately launches this like crackling eldritch energy at you. It whiffs past your shoulder and hits the wall behind you and misses.
When she does that,
you're not supposed to be down here.
When she does that, can I ask quick reaction? Hold person her.
It's yeah. What's the save for that?
It's a 15.
For what skill?
I'm sorry. For wisdom.
Make a wisdom save, Ellis. Do you even have hold person? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. Fuck!
15?
Alright, so as she launches the Eldritch Blast, you quickly react to the hold person, and she resists it. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna Doctor Strange just stand there like this. I'm like, Elif, homie, what are you doing? The door is closed! What are you fucking doing? What are you doing?
Do something.
Dude, what do you do something? The door's closed!
What am I doing? I told you what I was doing.
You said you were prepping! I don't know.
Prepping.
Do I know what this creature is? All dismembered?
No, you don't know what this creature is. I'm gonna gaslight you right now. Of course you don't know that. You've never seen this creature. I got it from the butcher. She said it was from some land called Coriolis.
Coral Reef.
Anyways, she said it's from there. So, you've never seen it ever before in your whole entire life, and you really just made me nervous. Sorry to throw that at you.
Oh god.
Throw that at me. What? I forgive you? No. What the fuck was that?
Why wouldn't you? I didn't even hit you.
Well, yeah. Luckily, I'm surprised that I'm not dead, but at the same time, you know what?
You can't.
Alice, are you okay?
on me.
I'm kind of worried about you right
like
now.
that. I'm okay. I feel great. Ahaha. I feel ahaha great.
I look at the floor and her mess she's cleaning up. I look at her and I'm like, do you need help?
With cleaning? With like the area?
Well, personally, I'm not gonna delve too deep. Hold on. I don't know what you're doing. Is this gonna affect me in the future?
Wait, what I'm doing here? I don't think so.
Okay. I'm willing, and I pretend like we're at a table, but we're not. And I imaginary put slide of paper that's like a deal. Like, I won't tell anyone about this. And I'll help you clean if you promise not to hide shit from me like that again.
Okay. I promise. And I'm gonna fake sign this little fake piece of paper.
Yeah, you take that. We're gonna fake sign it together.
Also, so I'll just let you know when I'm using the basement. Does that work for you?
Okay, yeah. Just we need like a code word. What should be our safe word? Like bananas? Is that a thing?
I was thinking bananas. Why? Why?
Banana. Okay.
Bananas.
Bananas. That or razzmatazz. I don't know. Anyways, so where would you like me to clean? Let's
Well, I don't the cool thing about this cool deal that I got from the lovely butcher.
the butcher.
We get the whole thing, so we really get to customize, what we get from it and what we need. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna need from this particular animal, for some of my spells. So we're gonna try to not completely strip it of everything. So just try to stuff it into some buckets. And
well, personally, I think I'm assuming they gave you the creature whole. You're butchering it wrong.
why would you say that?
Maybe because it looks like you pierced part of its liver when you probably need that intact. I don't know. Here, let me have a crack at it. I would like to try to disassemble this creature.
Make a medicine check.
$22.
So you kind of look at this and you're like, hey, I kind of recognize this. It's similar to the creatures that you encountered in Idri's Gate when you invaded the lair of Zalryan. It's a kobold. And you kind of expertly, with your kitchen experience and prep experience, you select choice cuts of meat from its bones, kind of like frog legs, but not. And everything you like. And then you guys quickly clean up the mess and get what you need from it.
As I'm cutting all this, I'm like, and then Alice like, oh no, save that part. I'm like, this is all fat. You don't want this.
I do. Okay, that's special.
We don't need this. This is all fat. It is nice to like, if you're gonna like add some flavor, but like you don't need that. What's the equivalent to diabetes in this realm?
Yes, that is called diabetes.
All right, listen. If you eat this fat, you're gonna get diabetes.
Fat does not give you diabetes.
In this one, it does.
Hey,
In this one, it does.
He got a 22 on his medicine check. Who are you questioning right
Yeah,
now?
who are you? You may be a professor with a job, but I'm the real genius. It's like the janitor at like a place like, who solved my quantum theory? And he runs away.
So you guys are able to finish up and clean up rather quickly and rejoin everybody upstairs.
Oh no, I thought they were on their way there already and we're gonna catch up to them. I didn't realize.
Yeah, that's the only. That's otherwise I would have gone down there, but I assume we've just been marching and we're gonna meet up with them.
All right, so
Okay, cool.
I did not realize.
Where'd the
Okay,
chatty
so
one go?
I will say that soon enough.
Cool.
Koya, Ember, and you all meet up with Shada at the lake, who, being covered with fur, looks quite pale.
Evening. You alright?
Oh, hi.
Got it.
Seen anything exciting?
Nothing really.
Why you don't look so good?
I'm all right. Don't worry about it.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check. Try to make a deception check.
Since I asked, I also would like to make an insight check if that's okay.
So Jack, roll one with advantage since you asked first.
Oh no! I rolled a nat 1.
He's clearly not good. He's like looking away from you guys.
Hey, it's alright. It's alright. Let's go somewhere warm. Get out of here.
That was so soothing the way you said that. I'm sorry, that was out of character.
I appreciate it, but I'll be fine. I've gone through a lot of stuff.
Haven't we all? But that doesn't mean you couldn't benefit from a nice warm hearth, a cup of tea maybe? Come on.
Tea.
You did good out here. So you didn't see anything suspicious, huh? Maybe something that might help?
No.
Let's leave it at something that might help, no? No.
Nothing that will help.
Okay.
So what's your story, Shada? You look like you got some history.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys would have fought together.
Well,
yeah, in all the excitement, I didn't actually get to catch up yet.
well, I'm from Thorm. Was raised there by head of the Copperstone clan. I now hold that title. You know, skipping over a few details, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But I met this odd few through a mission. It's nothing super interesting.
I've noticed quite a few of you have some kind of power, a lot of magic around here. And I'll just sort of like make some sparks in the air. I can't do much myself. What about you?
I could do some fancy stuff with my sword, but that's about it.
Can you now?
Yeah.
I'll unsheath my rapier and cast green flame blade around the air. Something like that.
Did I just take your last spell slot?
Green Flame Blade's a cantrip.
Oh, is it?
Mhm.
Oh, never mind.
It is.
Seeing this, you know, I'm assuming they're walking back at this point. But like, seeing this, Chada will summon his sword in his hand. And I guess do the same. Cast Green Flame Blade.
I see.
Yeah, your tricks aren't so unfamiliar.
No. It's interesting. I haven't met too many other people who could do that.
Have we caught up at this point?
Are you guys walking back?
Yeah, like I'm assuming we meet each other.
Is Shada, Denton, Ember, and Jack walking back?
Cool.
I
I'd
assume
like to
after
say
we
that.
grab-
All right, so I will say that you guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to say just as the fire just sort of blazes a little bit in the dark, Jack would look down at the ground and see how many shadows Shada is casting. The regular amount.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary as far as you know.
Cool.
I figure when we pick up Shada, we'd be pretty quick to head back. Because it's getting late, you know.
Okay. I will say that Sarah and Elif meet up with you guys at the gate. And as you guys go back up to the portcullis, you hear, Hall, who goes there? Oh, it's just you guys. Okay, go on through. Go on through.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Hi.
welcome.
Carry on.
Have a good rest of the festival, or whatever. I don't know.
You as well.
I mean, it's over, but thanks.
He goes back. I mean, it was the first day. It was the first day, but there's 2 more
I mean,
days
it's
of the
over
festival.
today, so you knew what I meant.
He goes back. He goes,
That's funny though.
it's okay. I'm almost done my shift anyway. And he sits back down at a card table with another guard and starts playing cards.
Mondays, am I right?
I hear ya.
Is Monday a
Hang
thing?
in there.
No.
So it'd technically be something else.
I mean, there's 9 days in the week, but you know.
There's 9 days in the week. That's pretty pog, if you think about it. Anyways.
You work 7 of them.
Welcome to Pandemonium, everyone. Okay.
I have a couple things that I'd like to do tonight, by the way, but like before I go to bed, that are on the town. So.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's closing.
I know, but that's not gonna stop me.
Okay, well. I'll accompany her.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're
I
all
wouldn't mind
heading
tagging along if it's kind of an interesting town.
No, girls only.
Are you guys serious?
Fair enough. I don't have to. I'll just walk back.
All right,
back to the
cool.
It's nothing
Yeah.
exciting. I have to stop by the butcher shop, even if they're not open. I don't care. I paid her how much? I paid her a lot, like 10 gold or something like that. Okay, for some bones. Okay, her doors are open to me whenever I want them to be open to me.
Are
Okay,
you talking to me? Or are you talking... Because he's gone. They left.
I'm talking to you.
I didn't ask where we're going. I'm like, cool, like...
Well,
Elif is going to get that bone.
oh, okay.
I'm just following you, man.
I'm explaining it to you while we're going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to a butcher lady, and you say you have control over her?
Well, I paid a lot of money for the bones, and then
Well, okay, but that's on you. She probably gave you a reasonable price, and you overpaid. I don't know.
yes,
It-
but it all
that is what happened.
I have a
Predictable,
very
Elif.
intelligent
We love
strategy.
it.
And then after that, I want to stop by this other shop I visited earlier. It was like an antique shop, and it had this really nice old guy.
Old guy.
And he was gonna sell me a rug. Yeah, and it was really interesting. It was very expensive, so I did not get it. But I kind of want to stop by and like see what he has. Maybe.
Well,
if
that guy is
had
going to
no
close soon,
fences
so we better pick up the pace.
or-
And I
Huh?
raced her to the butcher's.
What? I gotta go.
What do you...
I'm gonna try to run after you. Elith does not have great athletics. She's just.
I just yell as I'm like still ahead of her for the moment. Last one there pays 5 gold to the other.
What? That's toxic. I'm not gonna expel a spell slot or anything though. Absolutely not.
I need both of you to make athletics checks.
Watch
Come on,
this.
come on,
You're
come on,
about
come
to
on,
get
come on.
rolled.
Fuck.
What'd you
Come
get?
on.
Let me
I got a
find-
9. Yeah!
And Alan
No
got
way.
an 8. Okay.
I'd love to
you
see
guys-
it.
You guys begin to run down the streets, and just by a few seconds, Sarah makes it first to the door of the butcher stall. Well, to the area of the butcher stall.
I did not agree to pay 5 gold.
Then why did he start?
That's what
Why did he start trying to catch up?
I did.
No, but I won though. I won.
Okay. I'm gonna disengage from this question.
So do I not get 5 gold? Okay.
Anyways, I need to look at since we're here now. I'm just gonna let him be a winner, I guess. Woohoo. I need to figure out if I can get into the shop right now.
I thought you said that they'd open the door for you.
I don't know if she's sleeping. I don't know.
So
Is there any
here,
activity
this is where you
involved?
realize that the butcher quote shop end quote was a stall, if you remember correctly, they didn't have like a building.
Oh, GG. And did they pack that stall up and leave, or is that still here?
Most of the wares are packed up. There's just, you know, few odds and ends, but the actual like product is not there. It's cold. The market square is, there's a few people out and about like making their way back from the various taverns or making their way back home. But other than that, it's relatively empty.
Okay.
So now what?
Well, honestly, it's kind of chilly. So I think that we just try again another day. Like,
All right.
Thing.
We walk back. As we walk back, I take off my jacket and I give it to Alice. I'm like, here you go, homie. Stop being so cold.
Poggers, thank you. Great advice.
Great advice.
So is everybody going to bed?
Yeah, we walk home and then we go to bed.
Okay. Is everybody else going to bed?
Yeah.
Can I take a
feel like-
bath before I go?
like-
Sure.
I feel like Shadow would have a little bit of a tough time falling asleep, but he'd go to bed eventually.
All right.
I'm gonna be downstairs drinking some wine at the closed.
When we built
Tavern.
when this tavern was built for us, did we build it with the intent of having thin walls, or do we have thick walls?
I would say that your
Ex-
walls are pretty
extra thick.
standard.
Fuck. Okay.
May I?
Okay.
While Sarah and Eleth are out, Jack is going to sneak down to the basement.
Okay.
Just cautious.
I mean,
just
I'm-
go down. Yeah.
What the heck?
Without
I'm
just
I am
without anyone
just-
seeing anything. Yeah.
I'm just at the bar drinking by myself.
Yeah.
I think I would
All right,
probably
wait,
see
did
you
you
go
come from
by.
upstairs?
All right, so
Oh, yeah.
great
Well,
point.
I'm taking a bath.
Time
I'm
out,
not-
everyone. First of all, Jack, make a
Mhm.
stealth check, please.
See if I
Sure.
see you
Sure.
going across the bathroom. Yeah, that's right. I bathed with the door open.
Cool. That's 18.
An 18.
Mhm.
You creep down the stairs from the second floor because you were given a room on the third floor, but
Mhm.
seemingly unnoticed. Despite Ember being at the bar, his passive perception isn't high enough to notice you in that regard.
Okay.
A reminder that at the Flint and Steel, there are walls between each portion of the establishment. So, hold on. So, I'll bring this up for the stream too. You got Ember sitting at the bar drinking, and you have these walls, and then he would have creeped down through the stairs and gone through this room and then into this trapdoor.
Mm,
This is the entrance to the basement?
Mhm.
The entrances into the basement is there, but into the storeroom there's one here next to the bar, in the kitchen, and in the every part of the business has access to the storeroom to quickly get from one room to another, or to get to things that you have in storage quickly and efficiently.
Not this place outside.
No, because that's open to the outside. That is your forge, your workshop. You don't want random people being able to access your storeroom from the outside.
Oh, okay.
So I would like to just very quietly move over to that trapdoor, open it up, and go downstairs.
Okay. You go downstairs. And
Mhm.
you look around,
Okay.
and
So I take it all in.
what you see, make a perception check. Make an investigation check,
Sure.
actually.
You don't see shit. I'm a whiz at cleaning.
Sure. That's 22.
You find, buckets of butchered meat. It was
Do I see cages?
Cage?
Do I see
There-
straps,
there's no
bars,
cages.
that kind of thing?
There's
What in the
no-
bitches?
There's no
Or just like buckets of butchered meat so far.
buckets of butcher meat. You find ropes. There's
Mhm.
various like knives and other like butchery type items, but that's it. That's all you find.
Okay. And the meat.
Make a nature check.
Okay. Okay.
Because Sara did
15.
Such a great job of like properly cutting this. You can tell that it's reptilian in nature, maybe amphibious, but it's an exotic meat as far as you're concerned.
Okay, but I can tell it's reptilian or scaly,
it's
that
exotic
kind of thing.
and that sort of thing. The way that the muscle structure is and stuff, like it's hard to tell, but it's not.
It's not a cow or a pig.
Exactly. Basically.
So my next question, and maybe we can handle this with another investigation check, or we can pair it up with the one I did. Is do I see anywhere where I might conceivably have seen a place to store clothing or little things taken from people, like little secret stashes, that kind of thing?
In the room that you are given or entrusted, there is a safe that is hidden behind a false wall.
Oh, interesting. A safe. Okay. Is it locked?
It is.
La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum.
Trapped.
Make it going off your investigation check. Doesn't seem to be. Seems to have been used recently.
Okay. How much time has elapsed so far? Like 10 minutes? 15?
I would say about 15, 20 with you going between floors.
I'll leave it alone, and I'm just going to go upstairs quietly.
Well, it was upstairs. I was saying, like,
Mhm.
kind of jumping around there a bit.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I got you. So I'll leave the safe alone. I'll go upstairs quietly, and I'd like to, if Ember's still at the bar, go join him.
Okay.
Is he quiet on his way up the stairs? Okay.
Can do.
My passive is bad, so
Can you beat a 13 on the stealth?
What's my passive?
You don't. No, I mean you're 2 floors up, so.
Oh shit.
I will say, Ember, you don't notice him, but next thing you know, he's sitting next to you at the bar.
Curious, so what you gathered about yourself?
Plus 11 on stealth. You're fucking cracked. Jesus.
Ember, right?
indeed.
You haven't been with this group for very long, have you?
Oh, I still don't really count myself as one of this group.
What are you drinking?
Oh, just a nice red, something to calm my nerves and allow me to think a little bit about what transpired over the last few days.
I'll offer you a whiskey if you like. I'll go behind the bar and pour out a shot. Just a couple of small glasses.
Why not?
And then just as he's picking it up, I'll just sort of go snap my fingers over one of them. Yeah, try that. That was big where I came from. I just made it flavored it like a Syrah whiskey.
I want to detect thoughts on him real quick.
What would you say your surface thoughts are right now, Jack?
Of home. Syrah, the woods. A bad man. Pain.
That's it.
Dungeons. That's it. Dungeons was the last thought.
Damn, no dragons? What a shame.
Just dungeons. We'll get there.
Dragons! Oh shit.
Can I tell?
You trust everyone in this group?
Hold on. Can I tell what he just did to the drink? This is before I drink it or anything. I'm doing all of this
Make an
like
Arcana check. DC's kind of low because the spell is very. It's like what all wizards know.
It's very common.
Yeah, you know it's prestidigitation.
Okay. I'll knock it back real quick.
Oh no.
So
Nah, he already knocked it back. He already,
You,
already
you
fucking
sip this one.
shit.
He knocked it back.
He knocked
I
it
know.
back.
I knocked it back, and I'm
Yeah.
sipping on my wine.
Hmm.
When someone knocks something back, you can't stop them. It already
Well,
tried. Trust me.
new. Tell you what, Ember. New or no, you still got a head start on me. So, tell me, do you trust everyone in this group?
No. Absolutely not. I trust 2 people in this group.
Who?
I trust Denton and I trust Shada.
My feelings.
And
I
yourself?
cannot believe this. What?
You guys don't know. Be quiet.
I know, but it's, like, it's funny. The 2 shadiest people is like, I don't trust him. Like, what?
So,
What? I'm not wise enough to trust myself.
probably a very wise thing to say. You know, there's a lot of dark forces at work here, clearly. There's some kind of interest in this group. This shop. These people. I figure it
Not
best to keep
only-
an eye out.
What concerns me more is the government interest. The government is never interested in you if you're doing the right thing. The government is only interested in you if you are doing the wrong thing, or they are doing the wrong thing.
So, which do you think it is? Are we doing something wrong?
I'm not quite sure yet. And he just takes a big pull of his wine.
I did something wrong once, and I'll pull my hat back, and I'll show my ears, which should be pointed like an elf's, but the tips are missing. They've been cut off. And this happened to me then.
Yes.
People in charge have a tendency to make things personal. It's usually personal.
To be personal. It's always good. Anyway, I think I might have spoken a bit too much, drank a bit too much. I should probably be going to bed.
Fair enough. Good night, Ember.
Good night.
And I'll just sit at the bar for a bit longer.
Alright. Soon after sitting there for a bit, I'll say that you all eventually retire to bed in your own time, restlessly or not. You can all mark yourselves down for a long rest.
My favorite part of that interaction is Jack is still paying to be here, and he just totally pulled a bottle off the shelf and started drinking it without any care in the world.
Yeah.
He also went down into our
Hey,
basement.
he's paying. I don't care.
I am paying to be here.
He also went down into our base. Not that anybody knows that.
Yeah, he just went into our basement. I just realized this.
You all are woken up with the sound of the workings
smelling?
of the tavern, people going about their business. Shada is woken up with a knock at the door. Lumiscan, his valet, is there to prepare him for his day. Shada, sir. It's morning.
Yep. Shada gets up.
I have already set your. He opens up the blinds. The bright light from the sun reflecting off the snow shines into your window, right into your face. Here's. I've already set your clothes out, and your equipment as well. Will you be going out today?
I think I might.
Then don't forget your scarf. I'll see you
I
downstairs.
never do.
Obviously, you all wake up, and eventually, is there anything you would like to do before you rejoin each other downstairs?
I'd like to put my go to the bathroom, wash my face. Because it's the morning, get those eye crusties out, and then put my hair up in a bun and go back and go downstairs after I put on my clothes, of course.
Okay.
I'm going downstairs for breakfast and asking for some meat.
And I'm like meat for breakfast.
I like something to eat.
While you are going about your day, there is somebody who comes in the door, approaches Loomis Khan, who is currently in the process of polishing the silver, the glass, or anything that typical you would find from a butler, as he is the current manager of the business for overall. It is a tiefling man. Your standard, kind of like peach colored skin. He has black hair with kind of red highlights in it.
Is it cute?
He's rather handsome, I would say. In fact, most of you in this area would think that he has two small horns towards the front of his head, protruding out just barely above the surface of his hair. And he's wearing, dark pants and a vest and a very thin white shirt underneath it as well. And he approaches him and goes, "Excuse me, sir. Quite new to town tonight, and I was wondering if you were hiring. I'm looking for a job."
Who is he talking to?
Loomis Khan. Yes, I do have a reference from my previous employer, and I just would like to make some coin. Loomis Khan proceeds to give him an interview as you all go about your business.
I want to eat breakfast and eavesdrop on the interview.
Okay.
Make
a perception check.
All right.
Even though you are one of the owners, you don't technically have to eavesdrop.
Oh no, I know. I just want to. Perception is-
Sneaky future boss kind of
Why
thing.
like this? You make it so hard for people who want to be like, "Hey,
My perception is terrible, though.
It's kind of hard to catch bits and pieces. You get, the standard questions. Where are you from? He says that he's from up north, northern parts of the empire. He's near the city of Minaria.
Are we all in the same table except for them, obviously?
I mean, I'm at the. Hold on. Where's the interview being conducted?
I would say it's at one of the tables in the tavern. So you're all in the general area if you want to be. There's
I'm at the bar eating.
I go to Alice and I'm like, "Damn, who's the cutie?"
What? Who? Where?
What do you mean, who? Guy at the table.
Oh yeah. He's okay.
He's okay. It's okay, Elle.
You know,
We'll find you someone.
You just know that I'm not into other tieflings. You know that.
I do. I know that now. Like, I didn't write that down somewhere. Shit.
Yeah. Fun fact.
What is your type? And then we just start gossiping.
Don't ship her with tieflings. You heard it here first.
Nisa comes in. She goes, "All right, it's my first day on the job." And she looks at Eleth and kind of just leaning up against the counter. She goes, "Either move or make yourselves useful. I'm not gonna have you lingering about."
I'm sorry?
Did you just hear that?
She just gets behind the bar and immediately takes proprietorship over it. Like, she's just there.
Cool. Seeing her in charge, I'd like to go over to the bar and
what the fuck? I don't know don't know about you, Elf, but I kind of want to cut her pay.
I mean, I don't know. I'm a little taken aback because that's not how you would talk to a customer
Let alone your
Let alone your boss.
or
Yeah.
your boss, right? So there is no winning in what you've just done to me.
You know what? Let's see how this pans out. Oh, we're actually here to eat. Do you guys have a bar menu?
What do you want? And I can make it.
Got no meat?
Apology.
No, Ella, play it cool.
She looks over to the left and sees Percival kind of just like standing there, like gawking at her. She goes, "You." He goes, "Ah." Go get them some food. This man would like some meat. I'm sure we have sausage and bacon. He goes, "Sausage and bacon," and begins
Got anything more exotic than that?
Exotic meats.
Yeah, sure. You know, I had this really great crocodile curry coming in from the west. You got anything like that?
Do you? I don't suppose you know the
once you've
recipe
tried,
for it.
I'll look over at everyone else. And I'll just once you've tried reptile, you know, it's hard to go back. It's a little fishy. It's salty. It's like white meat. It's kind of a chickeny.
I give Ellis a side eye. I give Ellis a side eye like.
I don't think this guy.
I pop up and I'm like,
Oh,
do you
it's
think
there.
enough people would be interested in that?
It's
Sure.
a very flaky white meat, and
It's
it needs to be
delicious.
cooked. It
It's
needs to be
delicious.
cooked properly.
Surely it's too
you
early
need
for
one of them
something
good
like
old
that.
buy.
It's
No,
actually
You need one of them good old Bayou boys to cook
Very
one of
funny.
those
Well,
things.
mentioned
We'll
that.
start with what we've got. Do we have anything like that? I just wonder if maybe that's something Cataran has over here. It's so common back where I come from.
We actually just got a shipment not too long ago, very recently, like
Do you now?
recently, yes.
Great. I'll show you how to flavor it. Do you like?
And it's my own
Yes,
personal
please.
stash, so I'm actually not too keen on sharing it right now until I
Yeah.
get a flavor profile.
Wait,
You know,
I can help with that. Come on.
No. Well.
it's still briny. It's like doing this thing. I don't
Yeah. When you guys left, we did extra prep work. I helped her just so that way she can catch up with us. But she's actually
Okay.
using it. She's saving it for. I think people call it a quinceañera.
It's an ancient,
I'm not sure.
ancient
What?
technique.
Limuscon stands up and goes, "Everyone, this is Cassius. He will be one of our new serving staff members here. Please make sure to welcome, but I would like to have a meeting before all of our residents wake up and we start to get people in for the festival."
Shada's gonna stand there. He's gonna have his arms crossed, and he's just gonna like leer at like the new employee.
Are all the employees gonna be at this meeting, or is it just like the heads?
They're all gathering.
All right, cool. Tell me when this meeting's
staffing.
happening. Tell me when it's happening.
So, just to summarize, all your staff right now, you have Eula, your Cotinga Arakakra, who makes potions of energy and stuff, which is known as coffee. You have Percival, your Kenku servant given to you by Lifevine,
The heroin addict.
the pixie dust addict. You have Sheila, your
Like it's a
dwarven rogue, who works as the shopkeep. You have Lumiscon, your business manager. Nisa, your bartender now. You have Cassius, who is one of your servers. You still need a few more staff members, but they're getting it togetger. As you may know,
Who's the manager again? Who's like the
Lumiscon.
Lumiscon?
He's the valet. You guys chose him because he's educated and proper, and the qualities you kind of need for higher end clientele and business.
Okay, cool.
As you may know, it is the second day of the festival. This is to bring a lot of the business, as the East Market is the main center for that. So I need everybody on their A game. And he looks over to you, the owners of the business. I've already ensured that our pantry is well stocked for the remainder of these days, and we have put together quite a menu. Today we'll be serving various slivers of bacon with a frittata as well, with produce from the market.
I'd like to stand up
Sounds
at this
good.
point and give a pep talk to the crew and be like, hey guys, for those who just joined this lovely establishment, welcome. And I point to the new guy. I forgot what you said his name was.
Cassius.
Cassius. And he's a server, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, give it up for what's your name again?
It's Cassius.
Cassius, yeah, and he's gonna be our new server. And then like I start clapping to lead a group clap, you know, I'm like, yeah, all right. You know, some things to note when we start off throughout a day. Make sure that we have we're, you know, jolly, happy faces. I know sometimes it can be hard, but we want to leave that at the door. Yes, we do not want to bring our personal lives into the shop. That would be great. Second of all, on mannerisms, on how we talk to our customers, we might want to work on that. And I like go do like this, and I'm like, and like stare at I stare at Nisa because she was a little rude, but I don't say that part. I'm like, all right, guys, yeah. Other than that, great job. Welcome to the team. We're gonna kill it. We're gonna get more crew, make the load less heavy. But thanks for joining the team.
Something that I would like to mention.
Yes, Ember.
While I'm here, expect to have your minds read fairly frequently. Try not to be up to anything too nefarious.
It's like a drug test, really. You'll never know when it's gonna happen.
Cassius goes, isn't that kind of against our basic rights?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, as you can see, when you applied for the job in fine print, it says that under our work, you have no jurisdiction on
Speaking
that.
of fine.
It's rather invasive.
Speaking of
I'm sorry, who are you?
procedures, okay.
It's invasive, but
Make sure when you are in this kitchen that you are labeling everything. Okay, if I find one thing that is not labeled correctly with a date, with a time, all right, we need organization to make this kitchen work because we don't know what we're doing. In the basement, all right, that meat is for free use in the restaurant. If we run out of our normal quality meats, these are the meats that have been discarded. They just aren't great. So, you know, use it if you need it. Try not to make it our top meal. But I will put labels on the buckets if I need you to not touch them. But just read the labels and label everything you do. If not, I'll fire you.
I guess message to Jack, and I'm gonna send him a message, but I'm gonna whisper it to him on Roll20.
Okay, make sure you copy and paste it to me, please.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yes. Luke's got official guess, and finally, there has been some various happenings during the festival. Make sure you keep your wits about you. And I can say for all the owners of this establishment, if you see any spiders looking about, crush them. You'll have your responsibilities.
Mhm.
I'll never crush a spider.
We do not want the health department to shut us down.
He's referring to the familiar of Lenore Valine, but
I know, but I'm just saying this as like so that way they're not questioning why are we killing spiders. They're like, oh, the health department doesn't want spiders in the kitchen or some stuff like that. So we gotta make sure that we kill those bugs, those pesky bugs.
So second day of the festival, what would you all like to do?
Really quick, just note for his name's Lysias. Lysias? Is that right?
Cassius?
Cassius.
No, the
Lumiscon.
Lumiscon?
yeah. Yes, I'm confusing the two. Okay, for Lumiscon, I just want to say, hey, I just want to ask him can you look into some exotic foods like crocodile meat as a trial basis and see how it does with customers? I'm curious.
I believe we may be able to procure that meat from hunters in the Vinanula bog up north. It would take me some months, but I do not think it'd be impossible.
Okay, I'll keep an ear out for recipes for that as well.
Very well. Is there anything else you would like from me, my lord?
No, thank you.
Did Shada overhear him say that? Like talking to Denton?
I would say you're within close enough proximity, and they weren't really trying to hide it, so.
Alright. So at the mention of the Venanula bog, Shada, you know, unless Shada's just gonna ask Lumiscon to refresh his memory, be like, hey, Venanula bog, can you refresh my memory? Tell me where that is again.
The Vidinula Bog is the start of the Peninsula of Shackles, which prior to the current emperor was the center of all incoming slave trade within the Varlarian Empire, which has since been outlawed. It is a rather large plot of land spanning various miles, typically not inhabited by civilization of the Empire, but it is rumored that there are various creatures and undead that reside in it, as many swamps and bogs so do.
Alright, thank you.
And sir,
Yes?
I do not mean to prod, of course, but you did mention to Minister Valine about the possibility of the return of the race of dragons to this land.
I did.
Have you found anything? Should we warn home?
Well, didn't, out of character, didn't Shada, like, relay that to Copperstones? I'm pretty sure he did.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Well, he's more so like if you found out anything else that they should know of.
Okay, I haven't done much digging on the topic, but I suppose that's something I should definitely, you know, go after.
Very well. He goes about
Is
his
that
business.
something you told the rest of the group,
Yeah.
by the way?
Yeah,
The dragons?
definitely.
You all were told by the vision he had with Moradin.
Okay. I thought so, but I couldn't remember for sure.
Yeah, I didn't, like, restate everything. I just said he relayed the information.
Okay.
As they're having that conversation, I go up to Cassius. I'm like, you see that guy over there? And I point to Kenku. He's been here kind of before you, and he's also a servant, sort of, but you're gonna be shadowing him. He's gonna be teaching you the ropes here.
Teaching you the ropes here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's listen to him, and yeah, you'll do great. You're due for a promotion anytime, and that's obviously a lie, but I don't tell him that. It's just something I say, and then I walk away.
Okay, I will follow the Kenku. Percival kind of puffs his chest out, it's like strutting around the place. As the guy just follows him. All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do for your morning?
Oh, I would like to
Yes.
get you said that Eula's coffee like cures your health?
No, it's she can make
Energy boost.
It's like a
potion
haste
of
potion.
haste, but she, that takes time and money.
Well, I
Normally
want
it's just
one,
coffee.
please.
So you
Yeah.
are going to ask her, or
I'm gonna ask her. Like,
Okay.
can I get one of your go-go juices? I don't know what you call them here.
a potion of haste is what I call them. I can have one made in a couple days. So I'll have a few made. I will need the money to buy out the supplies. They're about 150 gold each.
Here's two. I want two. I give her 300 gold.
Okay. I'll go try to procure the ingredients, and then of course if I can't find them, I'll give you back your money. Good talking to you.
And then I'm like, hey, before she goes away.
Yeah.
You're doing great. And then I walk away.
All right. A dwarf wearing green robes does come to establishment and introduces himself as one of the members of the Jadeite clan. And he says to all of you, I was sent here to assist with constructing the teleportation circle as agreed upon.
Follow me.
Yeah.
Very well. I will stop by every day and work on it. My name is Dame. Dame Jadeite. Second cousin of Deluni.
Did you say Dame or Thame?
Dame. D-A-I-M.
Okay. I'll show him to the area that I've already been casting at, where the runes have been inscribed, and this is it. It just needs upkeep now.
Not bad. Not bad. All right.
I know. Goodbye now.
Is there anything you guys would like to do before you go out into the streets? What are you doing?
Shada's going to talk to Ember. He's going to try to, pull Ember to the side.
Okay.
And, it's like, so, the eatery seems to be up and running. Probably should find somebody to help us man the, forge.
Absolutely use some good blacksmiths.
Yeah.
Wasn't there some type of deal with your clan about getting some goods to be sent here?
Yeah, we took that as one of the gifts to get magical items sent to us.
Yeah.
Along with that circle that you just sent that
Yep.
Dame to.
Well,
I do feel like we should have an output of more standard weapons going on so we can profit.
hey, I agree.
More standard weapons? Like what? Jack leans in.
Where the fuck did you come from? Hello. This is an AB conversation. See your way out of it.
Pardon me. But we just happened to be in combat together last night. I couldn't help it over here. Wondered what else you might get up to recently.
Well, I am a blacksmith. We're just talking business here.
Oh, fascinating. Blacksmith.
I am also a blacksmith.
Did you make those? And I'll point to their weapons.
Well,
I made that.
I
Wait. Your sword isn't, like, personally on you, is it? It's
no,
like a thing you summon,
I
right?
have to summon it, but like I feel like Shada also still has like one of his hand axes on him.
It's very fine work.
It's nothing special. That sword I showed you before is my greatest work so far.
Well, I'm sure the best is yet to come.
Let's hope so. Yeah.
Cool. I'll shiftfully return to my meal. Like.
So,
we should probably find a blacksmith in need of a place to.
in need of it. We should, yes, we should find a blacksmith in need of a job, and we should find an apprentice for said blacksmith, some young buck down on his
Yum.
needs. Something, a pair that could make, your basic, shield, swords, daggers, scythes, what have you.
I did ask my family, but I don't know what the progress on that is. Haven't really gotten back to me.
Maybe we should send your valet with notices that we're looking for not just, servers and cooks, but we're also looking for blacksmiths and blacksmith apprentices.
What kind of other stuff? Wait, where am I?
Probably
in the
not in this
vicinity,
conversation right
You're
now.
not in
Dang
the
it.
conversation.
Yep,
I'll say that
that's
you're
fine.
probably in the kitchen helping with prep. That seems like the
That-
most likely place.
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
We could probably post a flyer on like a public bulletin or something like that.
Yeah. There's this guy that I met. His name is Craig. He seems to have this
I
like
swear to God, if you're about to say list, if you're about to say list, you will be kicked out of this campaign so fast.
What's happening?
he
He's
has
about to-
this he has
What?
this
Wait, what
list.
He says he knows a guy named Craig who has a list.
Craig,
Oh.
who has a list? Jesus.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. You're right. We can put up flyers and we can I don't just go set up interviews. Where I'm from, people come in and they either have the spark or they don't, I've never had to seek out people to work for me. They've just always kind of come
Check the orphanages?
to me.
Yeah. Well, Shada just kind of like looks at Jack for a second and looks back to Ember.
The talent over there.
And
Say again. What?
Orphanages. A lot of kids over there looking for a future, looking for some place to call home, and they'll probably take whatever they can get. A lot of them would even come with some kind of skill set, or at least would be willing to apprentice in exchange for a better life. Speaking from experience, orphanage isn't a bad place to look.
I think we have quite a few of those who are helping out in the kitchen.
that is true. First, yeah, with people won't probably come to us because of the competition that we do have in Cataran already. We need to go to them to actually make a name for ourselves as a, forge first. Pretty sure the most we're known for at this point is food and like booze.
Should we spend a couple of weeks and make some things that are very impressive, and we can advertise those, and then advertise we're looking for apprentices.
Of course. Maybe we should do something like that, but I feel like we should also look for another blacksmith. Talented enough, but maybe not as talented as me, but see him kind of get a little cocky a little bit.
Probably
Is
someone
anyone
even
as
more
as
talented.
you?
Well, if you're looking for someone to show off your merchandise, I humbly submit myself.
I will say at this point, as you guys continue to talk about the various goings on of your business, this is where we're going to take our mid-session break.
Okay.
So, we will see everybody back here once we're finished up with our break. You know, stick around. Don't forget to follow if you haven't done so already, and we'll see what path they decide to take as they continue on with the day 2 of the Festival of Last Lights. So we'll see you all soon. I don't have anything else.
Bye.
BRB.
Welcome back.
And welcome back, everyone. Before we go ahead and continue on with the session, I would like to remind everybody that, you know, if you came in late to the session, or if you had to dip out early, or you have to dip out earlier or something, you can always go watch the recorded versions of our sessions the following Tuesday after it occurs on the podcast network, or you can go to our YouTube channel, which we will put right now in the chat for you to go subscribe. It takes 5 seconds to go do that. But yeah, where we last left off, everybody, you all had concluded your morning business as the second day of the Festival of Last Light continued on. So,
I have some things
I believe. Oh, go ahead.
It's gonna be kind of like a couple things, so.
Okay.
Shada and I were like kind of having a conversation, I think, when we left off about like hiring like new people. Shada, I know we have a lot of options on our plate at the moment, but I think our best prospect right now is to stay here just for a little bit, kind of actually set up shop. We haven't given a whole lot of attention to the flint and steel. We can really make something work here. Plus, we need to hire people, and there are some things that we can do in the local area. Some things of interest that I think we should be thinking about. So maybe it's best that we do send out those flyers and we do start looking for a blacksmith who can help us with the the mundane, oh, I need a scythe, I need some railroad spikes, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, considering the festival is going on, there's going to be a lot of people in the streets, right?
Yes.
I might have a couple of errands to run also, so I feel like if I take out some flyers and pin them up in, places where there will be a lot of attention, I could get that done today.
If we take out some flyers, I can send my familiar and just drop them over all of the people in the streets.
That is true. But, as I said, I do need to run a couple of errands. Just personal stuff.
That's fair. Is there like can you use prestidigitation to make like a flyer? Is that like a thing that spell can do?
It won't last very long.
It will disappear.
It's a tiny little thing and it will last a very short amount of time.
Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure you can only prestidigitation one flyer also.
3 at a time, probably. Very small ones. Tiny little ones.
Yeah.
Are we on the same room?
No, I'm just asking as a person right now. I'm trying to figure out like the easiest magical way to make a bunch of flyers like at once.
go and hire a printer. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going. I'll make a quick trip to the printing press, I guess.
All right. Where would you normally find a printing press?
Would you know that?
Downtown somewhere.
Maybe like a library or something like that.
It'd probably
Usually run
be
their own
like
shops.
post office,
Yeah.
like
Let's go
near those types of things. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm heading out for some errands. If you want me to handle that, I could. You want to work on some stuff in the forge?
Well,
It's up to you.
At this point, people are starting to come into the door. People are starting to walk down from their rooms upstairs.
maybe talk to one of the artistic people of the group and get a nice logo. Get something you can put on the printing press and take care of that. I'll see what I can do in the forge while you're gone.
All right.
I wonder if our monk friend could draw something. She said she's good at calligraphy or cartography.
Yes.
Cartography.
Both.
Oh. We'll have to ask her about it.
Yeah.
Just real quick, I'm a little lost right now. Where are we?
We're in the tavern.
Home.
We're
We're home. Yeah. Me and Shadow were having a personal conversation after breakfast in the forge. You guys are doing whatever you guys wanted to do, but me and Shadow were just talking.
Okay.
And then you guys came back?
They never left
No, they're still
the
down there.
building.
They're still down there.
Well, yeah, they're having a private conversation. But if it's just them two, how did Denton hear that? Like, maybe we can ask.
I didn't, I guess.
That's where I got lost. I'm like, are they back with us now?
I thought that was like an out of character comment.
Nah, he very much said it in character.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
It was totally out of
The
character.
forge has double doors. People just go in and out of the forge, and then upstairs.
Either way, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
It's
Then
fine.
Walt-
We were having a conversation. Everybody is in the Flint and Steel. We were just in the forge area.
Mhm. Yeah, at some point, Jack's gonna get up and just go outside for a walk. Like, take his hat off. And as he does so, just black cloak, black coat just sort of melts away and becomes just a white shirt, pants. He looks like just a citizen walking along, having a nice day.
You are a citizen.
So
just a
it's-
citizen.
at this point, the festival is well underway. It's about noonish. After you guys have all concluded your morning business, the various shops and stalls have been set up. You know, you have your food stalls, your like trinkets, your fireworks, the wagon that I mentioned last session.
Can I go buy some balloons?
With like the solar system pattern on the canvas covering it. Yeah, if you want to go try to find some.
All right, I will go adventure for some balloons.
Make an investigation check.
Yes, sir. I will investigate the hell out of this. 14.
Okay. It's easy to find. You find like your stall is selling like, the random junk that they target kids with at, gatherings. Think about the people who go to local festivals and they have that cart with like cheap flashing plastic swords and the like breaking light necklaces that glow. You know what I'm talking about?
Why you gotta call me out like that,
Staple
Michael?
affairs, first of all. I'd like to go up to them and I'd like to purchase 10 balloons, but they're not inflated. I just want the loose balloons. I will inflate them myself when I need to.
I'm trying to decide if I want balloons to exist.
You already said that they're there, no?
Does latex exist in rubber?
I would say that these
Could
are
be a
like
different
more
material.
so
Trains.
If
I'll
Animal
tell you
doesn't
bladders.
exist,
they are paper mache
boo. You
That's-
bitch.
that has been,
How do you make paper mache? What are you molding it out of? A balloon?
you literally can make paper mache out of just, flour, water, and paper.
Yeah.
Anything spherical?
You don't need anything spherical like a balloon to put it on.
What about
No,
other
you,
things?
No.
you really
Balloons?
don't. You really don't. You can just like mold it.
I'm
that
just saying,
way.
if latex doesn't exist in this world, then Sarah's gonna have to go get checked.
Oh,
You just use sheep guts.
I mean, there are things like that he has there, just like cheap little toy wooden soldiers and swords and other
Does he
stuff.
have anything inflatable?
I mean, do you want this to be like Shrek where they have the inflatable frogs and snakes?
Oh, man, never mind. I don't want anything from this guy. Just want a goddamn balloon.
Anybody else?
Anybody else?
I'm gonna be working in the forge.
Okay.
I'm gonna be making some just simple weapons, some simple tools, just like scythes, sickles, some daggers. Nothing too ornament. Just I will summon a construct to help me, and I'll be using like control fire and heat metal as I go along, just to make the process easier.
Okay. What were
I
you
forgot
saying?
I have ingredients still for making potions. So I'm gonna work on that.
Make a medicine check. And then based on your medicine check, I'll decide how much gold you have to pay per potion to make.
Shut
Even though I have the ingredients already.
Yes.
Do you have to pay to make your own potions?
It's
What the
kind
fuck?
of
Who's it
how
going
the
to?
mechanic. It's just so you make all the potions that you want.
Okay.
Ah.
So 23. It will cost you about 10 gold to make a basic potion of healing.
10 gold, and then they sell it for more than that, and the rich get richer, ladies and gentlemen. This is how it happens.
I mean, that's just how
Poor people can't afford potions.
Well, I don't have any of my own gold on me. I don't have any gold.
You don't have any
Any
gold
money.
on you?
I spent all my money on resurrection diamonds.
Ah. How much do you need?
10 gold each. I can make 7 potions.
Yeah, I'll
So-
give you 10 gold. I'll give you 10 gold.
You're gonna give him gold to make one potion. It's 70 gold to make all the potions.
Bitch, you get no gold now.
What?
I'll give you
He's the one.
I'll give you 100 gold. Remove. There, I already took it out.
Thank you.
Elif,
Yeah,
what
no
did you say
problem.
that you wanted to do?
Well, the first thing that I want to do is I want to sell some of the extra gear that I have that I never ever use.
That's a good idea, actually.
You do have a shop.
Right, but I want instant cash now. You know what I mean? Like infomercial type of cash now deal.
Okay.
If you have long-term credit and you need cash now.
Quick point of clarification. Are these regular potions of healing?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there an archery shop nearby?
Okay, here's my thing. I want to sell the crossbow and the bolts that I have, and then the staff immediately. But we can sell the amulet of health in this store. I don't mind that.
Okay.
So how much could I get for the quarter staff and then the crossbow and then the bolts to go with it?
So Sarah, did you ask if you're looking for an archery shop?
Yeah.
So you're looking for a Fletcher. You both are looking for the same thing. I need one of you to make an investigation check with advantage, or both of you make separate investigation checks.
You can do it, Sarah.
Okay.
Oh,
First
poggers.
You
one's
get one more
12.
roll.
Second one, 17.
You don't find a Fletcher, but you do find a man who is a hunter and has a stall set up with various pelts and furs for the cold season. You're trying to sell this crossbow and bolts to him. How many bolts do you have?
20 bolts.
Okay.
What are bolts?
They are like the arrows.
For a crossbow.
Which you knew that.
I did know that.
He was testing our.
It was a test, yeah, and you failed actually.
I know
so.
I did. I don't know anything about the weapons.
All right, so the man, has reddish brown hair, wearing a hood that's green and kind of pointed, mostly for comfort from the cold winter air. As you walk up to him, he smiles, spreads across his face. You notice that he does have a longbow across his back and a quiver as well. Elvish, I might add. He goes, well, hello. Are
Howdy.
you interested in buying some of my fine wares or furs?
No. I
Oh.
want to sell these to you.
Oh, okay. So I could buy the crossbow off of you for about 30 gold pieces.
Epic. Okay.
And I could buy the quarterstaff off of you for it's not worth much, 8 copper pieces.
Are you serious?
It is a
Not
stick
even a
of
gold?
wood, ma'am.
Oh, really?
That's all it is.
Huh. Well, okay. Well, you know what? I'll take that 8 copper. Thank you.
All right, so you can add the 30 gold and 8 copper to your character sheet. He looks at you. Sorry, is there anything I can help you with?
Do you have any specialty arrows?
Define specialty. I have furs. I have
Arrows
a bow.
Arrows that potentially cause someone to be nauseous. Maybe some poison arrows. Love arrows.
The sale of poison is illegal in the Empire.
I did not know that. Who said that? But...
And if you want weapons that are enchanted, I suggest maybe the College of Zalran and Restoria may be able to help you, or some surrounding shop affiliated with it. But unfortunately, there are no enchanting shops here in Cataran.
Ah, I see. Very well.
I could sell you some arrows if you'd like, though.
I have 17 of them right now. I can only carry 20 in my quiver, though. Do you have a bigger quiver?
I do not.
All right. Well, I'm done here. Thanks, though.
I have another question for you,
Oh my God.
Arrow Man.
My name is George, but continue.
Cool.
George, that's the weirdest name I've heard so far in this
Basically, I'm
house.
wondering if there's someone here who does like jewelry making, maybe like a smith, because I
know someone.
and before you judge me, I have this art project, okay,
Okay, well.
basically, and what I like to do is I like to have the person put the gold onto the skull for me. That's my art style. So that's very expressive. Do you know where I can find one?
There is a
Oh,
jeweler's shop in Mithril Row down the street.
Okay, there is one. Cool, because I went looking last night for another shop that I frequent. It turns out I only went to it once and then I couldn't find it again. So I was kind of upset about that, but this works. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
And I need to go there now. Thank you. I'd also
Alright.
like to know that I did bring the skull with me. So,
so you're just carrying it?
yeah.
Nice.
Is this the kobold school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh no! All right. Aleph, I'll walk you there. As I was trying to say before, you just berated this guy on why you need a jeweler's. I know where one is. I've been there several times.
Oh,
As you guys walk by, this older woman wearing this like purple cloak kind of approaches you both, and she goes, "Would you care to look at anything I have for sale? Just step into my wagon here."
Are you gonna rob me?
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. Can we be outside the wagon and you just show us what's in there?
That would be very difficult. But if you change your mind, she kind of just like,
Just tell me that you're not gonna rob me.
I'm not going to rob you.
All right, let's go. That's all I
Oh
need.
no! I'll follow her, but I'll follow her with caution.
Are you a cop? Because you had to say if you're a cop.
Before I blow you into CVS, you gotta tell me if you're a cop. That's the law.
So, walking into this wagon, it's like you pass through a curtain, and suddenly you're in a very large circular room.
Wait a second. This isn't a beach.
It's a bathtub.
And she kind of like goes behind this like desk that's behind it and pulls up a giant book. She goes, "Welcome to my shop.
What is it exactly that you sell?"
I am a sorceress of...
You seem uncertain about that.
I kind of am. My mind is not what it used to be. However, I do have various items of magical properties that I could offer you. I'm only
real?
here for the festival. I would say that they are real.
I turn to Alpha Mike. I don't know about this. What do you think?
I'm interested. I don't think there's a lot that I really don't like to look at.
All right. And then I turn back to her. I'm like, my friend and I here are interested in what you may have to offer.
Very well.
Listen, lady. Okay, I don't mess around. All right, if you love the occult, I love the occult. All right, and trust me, listen here. I don't need my time wasted again. Please. And thank you.
She kind of leans in.
Yeah, she knows how to use Eldritch Bash, and she doesn't miss ever.
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 Are you looking for something of darker nature?
I mean, we were just asking what you got, but if you're gonna show us dark shit, sure, why not?
I am.
We are?
Why not? Who knows?
But you saw what that one thing did to Denton, and then he died like a pussy, like really fast.
Gosh, bro.
I don't.
Okay. I do not have such items in my possession. However, I do have this scroll you may be interested in. She snaps her fingers, and from this door opens behind her, and like quickly through some sort of means, this item is whisked quickly through the door. The door closes into her hand. It is kind of this tannish peach color, and it's bound with a leather string around it. It doesn't have like straight edges. It's very irregular.
It's a scroll?
And she waves her hand at the various torches and sconces in this room dim. She says, "You did not get this from me, but this scroll reveals the location into a place of where you can find such items you are looking for. I will not part with it cheaply, though, for that I went through a lot of trouble to handle this myself."
Why wouldn't you just keep it?
Are you talking about like a black market type of deal? Like,
Are you talking about a market that's black in nature, as in it's dark?
Will cost you 3,000 gold pieces.
Sheesh!
What
I don't know
about-
about that, Chief.
Make
Could you
a
accept-
nature check, Sarah.
do you
Yes,
accept other
sir.
forms of payment?
Fuck.
Do you
It's
expect-
not. I got 9.
Don't notice anything off about the scroll, but okay. What were you asking, Aleph?
I was wondering if there were other forms of payment. Maybe a check. I'm also curious to know the nature of the area, like, because you're making it really vague. Is it like Is it like I'm talking to one person in the middle of nowhere, or is it an organized situation?
Yeah, has she been there? Like, how do we know? How can we trust?
The scroll reveals the location to its reader. I do not know where you would have to travel.
Well, you know, it's really unfortunate because I just sold my really highly coveted quarterstaff. So maybe you could just let me hold that scroll and get the staff for you. Maybe like an action of trust.
She
throws
the scroll up into the air, and the same force that brought it to her brings it back. She goes, I do have something else you may be interested in. And she walks over to the corner of the room and she grabs a dust broom. Standard straw, and she goes, you said you missed your quarterstaff. What about this?
I don't know.
It doesn't sell it to you in exchange for the scroll. You know what I mean?
This broom is not cheap, though.
Or is she?
I will sell it to you for 500 gold pieces.
This dustpan?
It is a broom, like a broom that you would see with like the long.
Are we aware that it's a broom, or are we stupid?
Is it magical?
Because I'm pretty sure I can tell a broom.
I don't know if I can detect magic on this thing. I don't.
Do you have detect magic?
No.
You don't have detect magic then.
I don't think I do. Dang. So I'm just gonna look at it, I guess.
You know, it has a nice, what you assume to be oak handle. The ends of it are, you know, dried out pieces of foliage for your standard sweeping. It seems to weigh about 3 pounds.
Okay, so.
All right, cut the shit. Do you got any amulets?
Well, no, amulets, yes. Also, do you also have like like an eye of a newt or something like that, like some ingredients? What do you sell here? We kind of don't.
Yeah, you can't just come at us with like the stuff that we don't know about and be like, expect us to buy it. We may be dumb, but like, we're not that dumb.
Well,
we're stubborn.
What are you inquiring about? Maybe I can seek it from my storerooms.
I want an amulet that gives me extra armor. Like a shield. Or maybe something, I don't know. Elith, have we explored any cold areas yet? Maybe something against the cold?
Not really.
Do you think we're gonna go to the mountains soon? I don't know.
Might. That might be fun.
I do have amulets, but nothing that you are seeking. She holds up an amulet that has kind of this amber color with a closed eye on a silver chain. She goes, if you focus in on this item, those with the power of divination may not see you or detect you.
So it's like an invisibility amulet?
In some ways. So as you guys are at this shop, back at the tavern, Dan, what are you doing?
I keep forgetting. I'm gonna check out that ring the coin that I woke up with when I was resurrected.
Okay. So looking at the coin, it is a golden coin, not standard currency of this world. Instead, it is two. Each side is a profile of the goddess Tamora. So it's a double-sided, double-headed coin.
Okay. But this is like the coin I had before, or no?
No, this is a different coin. What you have is like your standard, coin. It was never heads on both sides.
Gotcha. Okay. And does there seem like anything magical about it? Does anything happen if I flip it?
You could Try.
I'll flip it then.
All right, so as you settle it onto your thumb and you flick it into the air, it flashes gold, not like catching the light, but flashes gold, but then falls back into your hand.
Okay. Do I feel any different or?
No.
Okay. So that's neat. It flashed gold, and that was it.
Yeah, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
You are at the shop, and I will say that you do have someone there who can look into it for you.
Right. I'll go find Ember then.
All right, Ember, you are at the forge working on your various basic weapons and tools when Ditton approaches you.
Ember, can I bug you for just a minute?
What is it?
It might be more than a minute. When you guys brought me back, I had this coin with me. It's got this symbol of Lady Tamora on it, on both sides, actually. I was just curious if you get any magical auras from this or anything.
Well,
it did kind of flash gold for a moment. Not like the light reflecting, but something else.
Well, luck is a lady. Let me see. And the first thing I'm gonna do is just do an Arcana check on it.
Make an Arcana check.
22.
You can discern that there is something magical about this coin. What are the exact properties you are unaware of?
Is it exuding magic, or is it just magical in nature?
It is magical in a divine sort of way.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I have identify paired today. I'm not. Oh, I do. Well, this coin is definitely magical. Do you want me to tell you exactly what it does?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you remember helping Shada stoke the bellows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do that for the next 10 minutes. And I sit down and cast Identify.
Okay. I'll do that.
So you learn that this coin is a gift from it's a blessing from the goddess Tamora. It is a coin of resurrection.
Okay.
It is a single-use item that when flipped in the area close to one deceased, you can designate someone to use the resurrection spell on it.
Okay.
At the cost of the coin, of course.
Yeah. Denton, good news. This is your most valuable item.
Oh. That's cool.
And he only had to die to get it.
Yay.
Protect it with your life. When the time comes, when you need luck on your side, flip it when you really need luck on your side. Flip it.
That's a little cryptic, but that's good to know.
Else you
Cool. Huh?
Is there anything else you need?
No, thank you. I had a feeling that there was something about it.
Are you busy? I could use a hand in here, and you seem to be useful.
Oh, sure.
All right.
Yeah, I could do that.
If you have something else, feel free to go, but I could use a hand.
So, out of character, I have to leave now, but
Yes.
my character would be happy to help you.
All right.
Cool.
Bye, Denton.
Okay. See you guys. Enjoy the rest of your session.
Back to Sarah and Elith.
Yes. Back to our.
You're in this shop. You're in a circular room about 15-20 feet in diameter, with a stone floor, and you just walked into a covered wagon and found yourself in here. She's offering you various items. She tells you she's only in town for the festival last lights. She continues, she goes, you would like something that protects you?
Yes.
I do have this cloak. She brings out this cloak that has like this kind of silvery blue sheen to it, and she says, while wearing this, you will be harder to be injured.
Really?
Indeed.
Can I try it on? Do you have like a mirror, like a
No.
a reflection window? I'm gonna call it that from now on.
No.
How do I know that it works?
Take the chance. It is 500 gold pieces, though, I will warn you.
500 for a chance? Fuck. I don't know, Alith. What do you think?
I mean, what is your return policy?
Yeah, what's your return policy? Well, she's gonna be gone by the end of the festival.
No, we can just buy it, take it outside. I'll
She
shoot you a
points
couple
to a
times.
sign that is written in glowing ink, and it says all sales are final.
What language is it in?
Common.
Fuck, I'm like, I know that. I was gonna be like, I can't read that.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. If you buy it, you can sell it to some other sore loser. So.
Wait, are you saying that if it doesn't work on me, I'm the sore loser?
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I'll take that chance.
It doesn't work though.
That's true. That's true. I mean, do you think I'd look good with a cloak on?
You know, what color is this cloak?
Yeah, well, you said it was a purple sheen.
A silvery blue sheen to it.
Yeah,
I think it might fit my aesthetic, right?
Yeah, the silver.
You know, he's diet.
Good.
You know.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna take a chance on this. I'll take it.
All right, and you can add a cloak of protection to your inventory.
Yay! Okay.
500 gold.
Let me remove that. Man, my gold's slipping away really quick. Luckily for me, that means I can carry more stuff, though.
She looks to you, Alice. She goes, "Do you have the scroll or the broom?"
Well, I can't afford the scroll, and I'm not really interested in the broom. But do you have any eyeballs?
You may want to see an herbologist for that.
And you said it was a cloak of what?
Protection.
Okay.
I want to see a who now?
An herbologist. Somebody who makes potions and the like.
I guess so. Okay.
It's a shame this broom is
all right. I'll take
valuable.
the broom. I can't afford anything else. Fuck it. I'll just give me the broom.
How much did I say for the broom? I feel like I said like 500 gold for the broom.
I guess I'm gonna. Can I haggle? Can I get it for like 350?
Make a persuasion check.
No one's gonna buy this dang broom.
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
Sara was my biggest haggler at the beginning of this game, and now he's just not. Make a persuasion check.
I got a fucking.
That's because I got the money now. It's not that big of a deal for me.
I got a 4.
It is 500 gold. You will not regret it.
Wait, time out. I was admiring my nice cloak that I just bought. What are you buying?
This nice broom.
A broom.
Yeah.
Like one we have in storage.
Hmm. You
Yeah.
What
may
does it
have
do?
one of these brooms.
What does it do?
There's only
I
one way
don't
to find
know.
out.
This is a normal ass broom, lady, and you want to charge her 500?
What if it's not a normal? What if I become? Oh my gosh! What if I become a loser?
Yeah, then you'll be the loser. Listen, if you're gonna make my friend a loser, at least give her a discount or something. Shit.
It's okay. If it sucks, I will come back.
She's gonna be gone. It's gonna be one of those things where we turn around and there was never a cart there to begin with. Am I right, lady? Are you gonna
My new
disappear?
mission. Anyways, I'll buy this 500 gold
Jesus
piece
Christ.
bullshit
Don't
room.
do it.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god. And I guess I'm gonna go home. Actually, wait. We still need to go to the jewelers. That was
Yeah,
the
we still
goal.
gotta
You do have 870 gold right now and 11 platinum, which is like another 110 gold. So you technically have 980 gold right now, and you're spending 500 of it.
That's not terrible. I'm
But
okay
also,
with
that's a
that.
good amount of gold.
All right.
Let me do some quick math real quick.
Quick math.
Go here.
You'll have
500.
480 gold left.
Poggers, let's do it. Remove.
No.
All right.
All right.
You can add a broom of flying to your inventory.
W.
Do you have wings?
No, she doesn't. Let me tell you what this broom does. This wooden broom, which weighs 3 pounds, functions like a mundane broom until you stand astride it and speak its command word. It then hovers beneath you and can be ridden in the air. It has a flying speed of 50 feet. It can carry up to 400 pounds, but its flying speed becomes 30 feet while carrying over 200 pounds. The broom stops hovering before you land. You can also send the broom to travel alone to a destination within 1 mile if you speak the command word in location and are familiar with that place. The broom comes back to you when you speak another command word, provided that the broom is still within 1 mile of you.
Okay, which mode? Woohoo.
So this broom basically just gave you a flight speed of 50 feet, or if you carry someone else, it's 30 feet.
That's awesome. Flight champ.
And she looks at you and goes, they told you would have regretted.
You know what? I like her. I like you.
I don't like you.
Okay, well, fuck you.
It's understandable, madam. Bye-bye.
You're like, you know what? Let's not like each other from a distance. And then I'm like, and I just start leaving.
Have a nice night.
Yo, I want
All
to
right,
try
you too, lady. I hope you scam some other suckers.
And be careful, that moon's rising tonight.
Is that bad? What have you heard? I go back.
As you turn around after you walk out the cart, it's just the normal inside of a cart.
You bitch! You bitch! I'm standing outside the cart, like looking at a normal cart. I'm like, I told her, I'm like, you're not gonna do this to us, are you? And she did. And I'm just having a mental breakdown. I'm like, she didn't promise me, but I really wanted her to like be like, no, I'm still here. I'm not like those other witches
okay.
or whatever she was. I don't fucking know.
No more crying.
They're all the same.
No. It's okay. We got what we needed. She will reappear one day.
She'll be back like when we most need her. She'll be like, I'm like, fuck you. Anyways, what now? Should we?
I need to go see that jeweler. That's what we were.
Oh yeah. He's a cool guy. He knows me. We're basically family.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll take you to him. It's just right this way, and I lead her to the jewelers.
Okay. Jack, what are you doing during your stroll out among the town?
Cool. So, I'm heading out with the express intention of just working out if there's been any changes in the mood, especially around the families that I see. I'm new in town, so I'd like to get to know the lay of the land, general layout of the area. But specifically, I'd like to know where the bounty board is and where the local law keeps itself, like sheriff's office, that kind of thing.
Okay, so make an investigation check to see how much you can discern from all this.
Sure. 25.
Okay, so you quickly become familiar with the layout of the land. The families all seem fine. There doesn't seem to be a missing child that you know of yet. You know that this city is divided into districts. First and foremost, you have the religious district with the various temples that to the approved gods of the empire. You have two ports. You have the South Port district, which is for, you know, your standard travelers and immigrants to the empire, the basic trade, and then you have the Northern Port, which is where all the nobles dock their ships and the more expensive goods come in. The entertainment district consists of the West Market and the arena as well. Then you also have the East Market Square, which is where the shop is located, which you're already familiar with. And then between the East Market and the Noble Square is Mithril Row, the location of all the people who make things with their hands, the blacksmiths, the craftsmen, the jewelers, the tinkerers, that kind of thing. Lastly, you have the Noble District, which is where all the nobles' manors are that vacation in Cataran, or have secondary homes or tertiary homes. The Public District, which is where all the governing buildings are, such as the Lawmaster of the area, the head barracks for the city guard. You do have posts in every district, though, for the guards.
Okay.
And at
so
every gate, being the western, eastern, and northern gates.
Okay, so I guess I'd like to check out the local guard post, the one that's around the market area where we are.
I still got two markets, so give me one.
Oh, sure, yeah, please do.
You have Scarlet Row, which is the red light district of the city of Cataran. There is a giant crater currently residing in it where the dwellers did exploded. And then there is Downwind, the slums, which is kind of southwest of the southern port. Is where all the poor and downtrodden reside. You also learn, because you rolled 25, that the city is ran by Azarok Runstan. He is the current lord of the city, and he has the Runstan family is a noble family where they're all in places of power. You have Wisteria Runstan, who is the cleric of Kelimvor. You have Imlivor Runstan, who's the cleric of Lathander. And of course, I'll give you this all to you in the chat later because it's a lot of information I'm spitting out here. The local guard post, easy enough to find in the Eastern Market area. What are you attempting to do?
I'm not trying to do anything too conspicuous at the moment, but I'd like to just have a look to see if there are any postings up on any message boards, anything like that. So anything that might be advertised to a local mercenary work, that kind of thing. But also missing persons posters, that sort of thing. That's of interest in particular.
Okay, so what you find on this board is that there are in the city of Tirwin. There are there are various livestocks and people that have gone missing. They suspect trolls in the area. There is there's a crudely made paper that doesn't seem to be government made or anything like that. It's just pinned to the thing. It says seeking adventures to help find my missing husband in Tierstone.
Tierstone.
Which is
Tierstone, southwest from here.
Yeah, southwest, northwest of Astoria, southwest of Cataran. And there are a few missing child posters with general descriptions. Also, happened in the past couple days.
Oh, I see. The one seeking adventurers to help find the missing husband and TRC. Was there a name attached to that?
Yes. The name. DM binder activate. The name is. Where did I put this quest?
Be gone, thought.
It is Pervin's Amster.
Pervin's Amster. Got it.
It almost sounds like hamster.
Pervin's Amster.
No, that's Pervin's Hamtaro. That's the distant cousin.
Okay.
That's a whole different quest. Don't worry about it. I'm not ready for that. Okay.
And a lot of missing kid posters from dating back from just recently, you say? Like, how many are we talking here? Like, lots, dozens?
Like a couple.
Oh, yeah. Okay, just like reports and so forth. Just this happened, that kind of thing. Any details in those that might indicate some kind of pattern, or is it sort of daily events in a rough town?
So the posters all describe children between the ages of like 5 and 10, both boys and girls that have just been lost in the market. As you're kind of like eyeing these, a female half-orc kind of produces wearing the armor of the guard shoes. Can I help you?
Oh, hi. I think it's more about whether I can help you. Just looking at some of these postings here. I'm new in town. Thought I'd see if I could find any work around here. This is the board, is it not?
Indeed it is.
Where would someone who might be good with a sword go for a bit of work around here?
You could always make your way to Astoria and the Adventurers Guild if you're particularly talented.
Adventurers Guild.
Or you could pick up one of these jobs here and register with the Lawmaster in the Public District.
A lot of people going missing around here lately?
We see missing children every now and then, typically just over-concerned parent misplaced their child. It is a large city, but they turn up in a few days.
Oh, they turn up in a few days. No, the ones that don't turn up in a few days. Anything like that happened recently? I see. But tell me something. Is it just the poor and the downtrodden who go missing, or is it anyone?
The poor vastly outnumber those with money, so statistically it's typically where they could pick the most from.
Well, it just stands to reason. If your intention was to steal for a ransom, you'd pick the richer ones. But if they're stealing just anyone, well, it's not money they're looking for, it's something perhaps more nefarious than that. Oh, regardless. Nice town you have here. Is it?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Nice town you have here. Would you agree?
Stop staring into the camera. Oh, God.
No, this is my insight check right here.
I got so uncomfortable. I was like, what's going on? She just kind of like scoffs at the question. She doesn't particularly respond.
My name's John. What's yours?
So many names being wasted today.
Wasted? Hello?
Name's Mag.
Mag.
I am the lieutenant of this post.
It's a good name.
Well, nice to meet you, Meg. Didn't mean to come across as loitering. I'm, like I said, new in town, and I thought I'd check in to see if I can perhaps be of any use. Trying to find a purpose for myself, you see. Okay. Any of the missing kid posters look like very recent? With any information about who to talk to?
So the posters were all made within the last couple days that you see right now. They all refer to people who live in the downwind or near the market districts.
Okay.
Make a perception check for me.
Sure.
When are you gonna use the like funny names like Bofa?
We'll have to get through those. 15.
Okay. So as you're talking to this, you kind of notice Mark, just two figures that stand out from everybody else. They're both wearing, you know, your typical cloaks with black hoods pulled up over them. It's not the black and red cloaks that you saw before. You haven't really noticed them out right now, but these two are just kind of like standing still, watching all the people walk by.
Where are they standing? Like close to the guard post or separate?
Near the stalls, kind of across from the fountain.
The design of their robes, do they give off is it just sort of a formless black, or is there some kind of uniform to them, some kind of symbol?
Seems like they were bought in a rush.
Bought in a rush. Okay. Do I see into the robes, or do I just see the robes?
They're kind of like side profile right now, so you don't quite see. You see like the noses in like the front of the face from the side, but you can't see any details aside from that.
Ooh, what do the noses look like?
Humanoid. You can surmise either human or elf.
Okay. I'll just sort of make a little arched eyebrow to Meg as if to get her attention. Just lean closely and don't look now, but I think I see loiterers, and I'll nod in their direction.
She kind of looks over and goes, "It's no crime to stand in the market square."
Oh no, no crime just yet. Do I like the look of them?
Make an insight check.
18.
They seem to be observing and maintaining information.
Okay. And they're just watching people, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to bid farewell to Meg and walk back and just sort of peruse around the market and just kind of generally keep an eye on the robe figures for a while. Yeah, just see what happens.
Are you trying to do this like stealthily or?
Oh, subtly, yeah, sure.
Make a stealth check.
Sure. That is a 29.
Okay. Damn. You can get over 30. Okay.
I can, yeah.
Yep. As far as you know, you're pretty well stealth. Is there anything else that anybody else would like to do?
I mean, Shadow was heading to like print some flyers.
I sent my familiar with Shadow. So as soon as he gets the flyers, my familiar can fly up and just kind of drop them. He's a pygmy elf right now, so he's tiny, so he needs to take like 3 or 4 at a time, but he can do a bunch of trips and drop them into the crowds.
I would say finding a printer isn't hard. How many flyers are you trying to do?
Lots.
Yeah, a lot. Probably minimum like 100.
Okay, so I will say for a decent quality, 100 to more, it would cost you about 5 gold to have these made.
All right. Yeah, Shada has that money on him.
And what do these flyers say exactly?
Basically, first off, saying that, looking for blacksmiths to help them man the forge at the Flint and Steel, and giving like the location of the Flint and Steel. Christ.
So for smiths, you're just looking for smiths?
Smiths, apprentices.
Cooks, servers.
Okay.
We need those too. Yeah.
Okay. So, excuse me, Jack, as they are kind of flying out and dropping this post, you notice that they start coming down from the sky, and one of these cloaked figures kind of like sees one on the ground, leans down and picks it up and begins to read it, shows it to the compatriot, and they both turn and begin to walk towards the Flint and Steel.
I'll follow. Quietly.
Okay. Is anyone back at the store?
Me and Denton.
Okay. So, you're in the forge right now with Denton.
Yep.
Jack, you see them enter the shop, which is quite busy at the moment.
Okay, I see them enter. No, that's very interesting. Okay, I'll follow along a few paces behind them, as well. Keeping a hand on my hip, casually.
Okay.
Watching for them.
They go up to the counter and they're speaking with Yola, who's currently running the inn counter. They're just speaking with her.
Okay. Still posing as a civilian, I suppose. I'd just like to kind of come up behind them and look as though I'm about to speak to her as well. I'm in line, you see.
Make a perception check.
Sure. It's a 6.
With the mutterings of the crowd around you and people coming in and out through the various parts of the store, it's very hard to hear what they're talking about.
Okay.
But soon they conclude their business and they turn around to exit the shop, and you get a look at them. One is an older human man with like this stringy white hair kind of about his face. And the other one is an elven woman with like these piercing green eyes. She has like this tannish skin. That's essentially it. And
cool. That's what I got.
You make eye contact for just a second. You kind of notice as like this, he just like, the guy makes eye contact for just a moment and then keeps walking out.
Okay. Just in that moment, may I ask if I detected anything furtive or
Insight
planned or nervous? Okay.
I missed like a minute. I heard you're the only one like still in there, and I was like, no, it's me and Denton. And feel like, oh, they go there, and then I missed after that.
Okay. So they went in and they talked with Eula. They asked a few questions. Jack tried to listen on the conversation, but his perception was too low, so he didn't really hear anything. But as they turned around, he got a look at them as they were leaving the store because he was standing behind them. Insight. There was something that like flickered in his like irises in his eye movement to where he lingered on your eyes for just a moment longer than what would normally be for a passerby.
Okay. And I didn't recognize him at all, did I?
No.
Okay.
And actually, guys, I think that's a good stopping point for the session tonight.
No, I want more.
They didn't come anywhere near like the back area or anything.
No, they just
right?
walked
They
up to
were
the
just-
front counter, and that was it.
Okay.
I was ready
Did
for
they
my sneak
order
attack.
it?
Huh?
Did they order anything?
Nope, they just came up, asked a few questions, and left.
Who knows? Who knows what they
So-
wanted? Maybe they ordered something and they didn't get it.
A little bit shorter of a session, a little bit of a shopping episode. Hey, you know, it's always right before shopping episodes where, well, right after shopping episodes where all the fun starts to happen. You need that exposition, that build up for, you know, the fun stuff to start happening. Got a lot done today. Elif and Sarah did a little bit of shopping, got some nice new magic items.
I still got to tune to them.
So, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning to this session tonight and watching us. Don't forget to hit that follow button if you haven't already. It's very smart to do. Don't forget to also subscribe to our YouTube channel, join our Discord, follow us on our socials. All those are really important to us and help us support this stream and the community overall. We are hosting a one-shot this Friday from 7 p.m. Eastern to 11 p.m. Eastern. It is called the
Great expectations.
Extravagant Eggs. And it says
Oh,
strange
extravagant.
eggs of various colors have shown up around the small farming village of Isselwald. What is the source? What purpose do they serve? We have some spots open on that still. Feel free to join the Discord and get in on that. Voice chat is required. Other than that, if you missed part of this session or you're going to miss some other sessions or you want to catch up on previous sessions, those are all on our YouTube and on the podcast network like Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. We will see everybody next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here at the Prestige GC Twitch channel. And finally, I would like to thank all of our role players for tonight. First and foremost, we have Elif Visago.
Poggers, Big W, Poggers.
We have Ember Alfraxius.
Have a good night. Also, join our RuneScape clan and our Minecraft servers.
Shada Copperstone.
Have a good night, everybody, and remember, in this world, you're either a smart fella or a fart smeller.
Oh, shit.
Yikes.
Sarah Rast.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Hey, bye.
And Midnight Jack.
This is my inside check.
I don't like it. Alright, so we will see you all next week, Wednesday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great rest of your night, everyone.
Don't tell me what to do.